this video. Oh, never mind. Fucking Facebook, you cocksucker.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry to open
Welcome,
that up.
everyone.
Sorry up. Oh yeah, that's how we
Facebook.
open it up. YouTube.
Damn you, Zuckerberg.
All right, hold on. Fuck, son of a bitch.
Doesn't that just ruin it?
Yeah, I fucking hate it. Here comes Rob. Let him in while I'm fixing this fucking shit.
All right.
God damn it.
Welcome,
Hello.
Rob.
Hey guys,
Hi, Rob.
How you
how's it
doing?
going?
It's going. Don's trying to fix our technical issues with Facebook real quick.
There we go. Fixed it.
Cool.
We went live. He wanted to play an intro video. We'll see if we
go.
can
You'll
make
have
that
fun.
happen.
Damn, you'll have fun. Shut the fuck up and watch this video.
Take a little walk to the edge of town and go across the track where the viaduct looms like a bird of doom as it ships and cracks. Where secrets lie in the border fires and the humming wires. Yeah, man, you know you're never coming back. Across the square, across the bridge, past the mills, past the stacks. On a gathering storm comes a tall, handsome man in a dusty black coat with a red right hand. He'll wrap you in his arms, tell you that you've been a good boy. He'll rekindle all the dreams that took you a lifetime to destroy. He'll reach deep into the hole, heal your shrinking soul, but there won't be a single thing that you can do. He's a god, he's a man, he's a ghost, he's a guru. They're whispering his name through this disappearing land, but hidden in his coat is a red right hand. You don't owe no money, get you some. You don't have no car, we'll get you one. You don't have no self-respect, you feel like an insect. Well, don't you worry, buddy, cause here he comes through the ghettos and the barrio and the barry and the slum. His shadow is cast wherever he stands, stacks of green paper in his red right hand.
Woo! Did y'all like that?
Sweet.
That's pretty good.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello, sorry.
Hello, everybody. Jay, Bacons, Rob, Adam. How the fuck are you guys?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
I guess.
good.
Hi, Jay.
Serious, Adam.
Hey, Jay.
Hi.
Right. Well,
Hi.
welcome to another hangout. Obviously, the 4-minute intro.
Hi.
Whew, it was rough. No. So obviously, we are going to be discussing Scream in its entirety. Now, I'll let you guys vote or whatever. If you guys want to do the series from MTV, we can. I never saw it. I never watched it. So, if anybody has and wants to discuss it, we can. But other than that, we're just going to stick with the 6 main movies of the franchise. So, who wants to bust this open? Claire, I know damn well this is your baby. So, let's get one question out of the way. So, just for shits and giggles. So, when you guys heard obviously that Wes Craven was coming out with another slasher, what did you guys initially think of it? Did you think it was just going to be another, oh, here we go, another slasher, not going to bring anything different to the table, or did you know it was going to be something special? Clint?
Honestly, I didn't know what to think. This was, I vaguely remember the commercials, in the 90s. This was a time when I was paying a lot of attention to movies, but honestly, this one didn't strike me super hard. It wasn't this genre that I was really into, and it took me a while to see it. So I do remember liking it when I finally did see it, but I didn't know what to expect, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, that's hell. What's funny is I don't even remember seeing the commercials for it.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole, what do you think?
I thought, oh God, another slasher movie. Because it had been quite a few years since we had a good original story. And I loved it. Loved it. It's my favorite in the franchise.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly on that one. I'm sure people will not agree with that wholeheartedly throughout the night. But Abby,
True.
what do you think?
It was 1996 when it came out. My roommate had just moved out of the apartment that week. It was like the second night I was staying in my apartment by myself, and I thought, I'm going to go to the theaters and see that movie. And I fucking loved it. It terrified me, and I miss being scared by movies like that. It's honestly, it is. The first one will always be my favorite. There's other ones that switch around, but the first one is my favorite.
Okay, fair enough.
Agreed. Mr. Rob Taylor, what you think, brother?
Well, it hadn't been long since they'd opened the multiplex in our town, so I used to go after work. I was really young then, so after work I'd just go and I saw the trailer, thought this looks ace. Obviously went and watched it, loved it. I mean, I was really just getting into sort of movies at that time, so as a real hobby. So finding slashes, going to the video store and stuff like that, because when you start earning your own money, you can start doing stuff like that and hiring stuff. So yeah, it was, but yeah, I loved it.
Awesome. Yeah, because was this one that came out, and I guess you and the Bacons can both answer, was this one that came out later than it was in the US? Because I know it came out in 96 here. Was it the exact same time, or was it later on?
By maybe a week or two. That is it. I think it was maybe something like a week, that's all. It was very, very close.
It was January, I think, yeah. It was like New Year time.
Gotcha. Well, Claire, obviously, I know the impact, and again, I'm going to call you out a lot tonight because obviously, again, this is your hangout for the most part, so we know what you think about it. We don't have to ask, but were you still skeptical on the whole slasher thing?
To be honest, before that franchise, before that first movie, I was not really that interested in slasher horror at all. I was old school Dracula, creature movies, Pit and the Pendulum, things I'd read when I was really young, and then Scream changed it for me. Slasher movies were not my thing, and Scream just literally changed it for me.
Wow, that's saying something. That's genre defining right there. Let's see. Mantry J just came back in. So I will ask the question if you didn't hear it. When you first heard of Scream, saw Scream, did you think it was going to be as influential as it was? And were you like, oh my God, it's another slasher?
I don't think he picked us up.
Damn it.
Is that to Jeff?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a
He's having some connection.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the special guest of the night. So we have Paul, and Liv is in the house, who is an absolute
Yay!
fanatic
Hey,
of
Liv.
Scream.
Hi, Liv.
I live.
So we will we'll ask her all the tough questions with Scream because she's the expert. Her and Claire will be the ones to ask. So
Yes, the expert.
obviously, Paul, when you guys saw this, what did you think? Were you skeptical, or were you like, this is going to be a nail on the head?
I saw it in the theater and it was sold out like 3-4 times, and I knew it was an instant classic. It was so much fun. It's one of my most beloved movie theater going experiences. Was this movie, and the whole audience, no matter when I saw it, was like into it and having fun, and screaming, and laughing. I mean, I knew it was a classic.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right on that one. It I think became, especially with the whole Wes Craven thing, it just became a classic. Nightmare on Elm Street and people on the stairs, and just hit it. Obviously, we don't have to ask Liv. She loves it, without a doubt. So she's our expert. Adam,
I'm going to need her tonight.
Yeah, I'm curious, Adam. You look like you were really skeptical on it.
Yeah. When did this come out?
96.
96. Yeah, I was. I'm actually. I can relate to a lot of what Claire said. I was pretty much checked out of the horror scene by that point. I hadn't met Paul yet.
Yeah.
Who kind of got me back into the things I liked when I was younger.
Yeah.
And
you're still young, fucker.
I was trying to survive high school, and horror movies were kind of just like not even on my radar. And from what I kind of remember seeing a trailer, and I was kind of like, what is this 90210 Melrose Place?
Nice. There you go.
Yes. I was like, it didn't really light a fire for me at the time.
Yeah. It's and again, when we set this up, this I knew this was going to be. It's going to be probably our most, divided hangout we've had, because everybody has their opinions.
I gotta be careful what I say, because I want Claire to be friends with me.
You don't have. No, you don't. Claire will love you either way.
I'm so interested to hear what everyone says. It's like I go on about it so much because it's my thing, but I'm really interested in what everybody else thinks.
Well, we'll establish rules. Like
Claire might be more open-minded than Liv. Like Liv will definitely.
She's got it. She lives by the sword, dies by the sword. Got it.
For trashing sword.
We will. No friendships end tonight. Okay.
No
friendships end tonight.
I don't know.
Now Nicole has an interesting shirt on. She has a ghost face that's got Japanese on it, which is pretty fun.
Yeah.
I like that. Whoop, don't watch your mouth.
Oh,
like
that's nice.
That's pretty amazing.
That's awesome.
Not gonna lie. So
Yeah.
I guess
There are rules. No friendships end tonight.
Yeah, no friendships.
That's right.
No bomb threats, no letter bombs, nothing like that. If I get anything from anyone,
No
here,
prank
I will
phone
not
calls.
open it. Yeah, no prank phone calls.
That'll be the leprechaun hangout that ends friendship.
Oh
Yeah.
You're not lying. Oh my God.
For that one.
For the first one, so let's we open up with Nev Campbell. She was on and Abby. Abby, did you watch Party of Five?
I didn't, but I remember.
You know about it. So obviously, Nev Campbell was from Party of Five. Don't know if that had any influence on her getting the role. She's a great final girl until a certain movie. Then it's kind of played out. But up until part two, up until this point, I mean, it's such a different movie with the characters. They're, you related to these people. That I think that was the big thing that really drew people into it, was you could relate to the people in this movie, because like I think like Abby said, scared shitless. The reason why Ghostface is so terrifying is because he's not like any other lumbering juggernaut that's walking around. He's fast, he's quick, he's the one scene I remember from the first one is when she's running up the stairs and he's right behind her. You don't have time to think. You don't have time to do anything. It's either, I got to make a quick move or I'm done. And I think that's the difference between him and anybody else, Michael Myers, Jason, even Leatherface. But when you guys first saw Ghostface, what did you guys think? Because I was like Abby, I was fucking terrified. I was like, this is legit now. Like, this is a
and they killed during the daytime, which doesn't happen. Well, at the time, didn't really happen in that many movies. Stuff always happens at night, but in the middle of school with the principal.
And let's rewind that a little bit, and because I think we've had it on the Hangout before. The opening sequence of this movie is probably one of the best opening sequences that you never saw coming at all. You see Drew Barrymore.
Everybody thought Drew was the star.
Like, oh man, she's gonna live till the end. She gets killed in the first 15 minutes. It's like, damn. All right, well, nobody's safe now.
And how intense is that opening scene?
Very,
It's so terrifying.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, especially the whole Nightmare on Elm Street,
Yeah.
I really think that opening 15 minutes is the strongest film.
I mean, the mom picks up the phone to call the cops.
Yeah.
And they're right there. And tell me this. Every time I rewatch this movie, do you not think she's going to live? Because I do every time. I'm like, they're right there. They're right there. She's got this, and then game over. It's like, man, they were right there. And yeah, it's
just scream. That's it. It's in the title. She just has to scream, but she doesn't. And
and I think that's
all in the voice.
Yeah,
it's all in the voice.
That's what separates it. Is you have
Roger Jackson when he in that voice in that first 15 minutes. And when he starts just talking normally, and you think, okay, this is a bit odd, and what's going on here, and then asking her questions and trying to chat her up, and then it goes into this game, and you're like, this isn't going to end well. And
the minute someone tells me they're going to gut me like a pig,
the minute somebody picks
a
knife up out of the block and starts playing with it, it's pretty sure that we're not going to have a good night.
And then it gets to that question that is just a setup, and she gets it wrong, and it's like, oh, that was such a stupid mistake, but such an obvious one. But
It literally just sets the tone. The entire opener for the first one sets the tone for everything else.
Yep,
it's like the rules, but really early on.
Well, and then he asks her, I want to know who I'm. Or he says, "What? I want to know who I'm looking at."
That was
like, wait, back that up a little bit.
Back that up.
Well, I want to know who I'm talking to. That's not what you said. It's like, oh shit, yeah, we know where this is going. So,
the promotional lead up to this too is like they had Drew Barrymore front and center. Nobody thought that she was only going to be in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Movie poster.
So I mean, this was very much a Psycho. Where oh geez, what's her name?
It's actually kind of mentioned in that first.
You think
thing that it's like she says Psycho. It's actually Pinky Tom. It's a whole shout out. It was actually her and Wes fully designed that to go that way from day one.
Yeah, no, I agree with
she
Adam
would
on that one.
Be the reveal
in
the first few minutes.
I agree with Adam on that one. So yeah, Adam, continue with your point, brother.
Oh, that was basically it. Just
Okay.
You thought you were looking at the protagonist. There was nothing in the lead up to the movie that
Suggested otherwise.
I thought
Yeah,
Skeet
suggested
Ulrich was going to have a
otherwise.
goatee, and he fucking didn't. And that was on the movie poster.
Fig
Where's
Newton.
that at?
Fig Newton.
Yeah. Like, what the
Fig,
fuck?
Fig
What-
Newton. I can't talk about Fig Newtons.
No, I can't talk about Fig Newtons. No.
There's one clue actually in the whole thing as to who the killer is, because or one of them, because they seem to know the house, and it's the same with Sydney. They, like when they're chasing, he knows the house, and when he's chasing, it's clear he knows, and that's how they're getting around.
Well, it's
And,
funny you mention that because there's another blatant clue that no one. I was yesterday years old when I figured this out. So when they're all next to the fountain and they're eating lunch and they're talking, at school, if you look at Stu and Billy's boots, they never change their boots. When he comes down in the stall, it's the same boots that they both have on.
Yeah.
If you look at their feet.
Huh.
So you
Never caught that.
You can't tell who it is because they both have the same boots on, but
You're
it's
absolutely
one of
correct.
them because you see them.
What a rookie! What a rookie mistake!
Come on now.
Yeah.
But
But that's it, yeah. But he says you dated Casey and he's like, yeah, for like 5 minutes.
5
But he
minutes.
must have been to a house. And of course Billy's been to Sydney's house, but
Yep.
not enough to know like all the little secret ways that she knows to get round and out, and that's how she can escape him.
The door trick was pretty incredible. I mean,
The
Yeah.
door
but-
trick is great.
yeah. And then the
Yeah.
phone on a computer, like, damn, that's new. That must have been that's new technology for 1996 because
Yeah.
The Commodore 64.
yeah, I was like, damn, I have a murderer behind me.
She was
All right.
playing Wagon Trail. Switched to 911.
Oh yeah. Sydney died of dysentery.
He died of dysentery.
Oh, it's a bit more advanced then. It was basically the internet, but
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, and that's the thing is like there's little things that you can see in the movie that kind of give it away if you're paying attention. But a lot of times,
it's
I
like
don't
Knives
want
Out
to.
and Glass Onion. They do give it away,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
they do it in plain sight. But you've got to be observant. And
Right. You got to keep
Yeah.
track of the motions. And I don't want to be handheld like that. Like I want to be surprised at the end, like who it is, and obviously as we go through the franchise, we of course we're surprised, maybe not in a good way, but we're surprised nonetheless. So obviously we have a star-studded cast. We got Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, David Arquette, Matthew Lillard, Skeet Ulrich, Dan Kennedy. Just a great ensemble of peoples.
how can you not name Rose McGowan?
I was getting ready to.
And how can you not name Henry Winkler?
Yeah.
You guys don't let me finish
Yeah.
because
Linda Blair.
I consider them guest appearances because they don't. Well, Rose McGowan lasts for almost the whole damn movie, but yeah, Henry
Rose
Winkler, Linda
McGowan.
Blair,
And her nipples. That was the
Wes Craven as the janitor. Who,
We need a moment for them.
I never even
Oh.
noticed.
her nipples or Henry Winkler? Who we having a moment for? Oh, the
Rose
nipples. Okay.
McGowan nipples.
Yeah,
Rose
we definitely
McGowan,
need a moment.
Parks, Big
Got
Newton.
no, we can't do that now. After Weinstein, we can't. We can't do that now.
Damn it,
No.
Rob.
He can't,
Party
but I
pooper.
can.
Rose McGowan's death is like the first stepsister stuff.
I thought, and you know what? She was one of the side chicks I thought that was going to live. I mean, she had some damn good aim with beer bottles in the face, in the
Yeah.
balls. Like, okay,
Mm.
she's
was-
going to live.
One thing I remember. when I
Also, the
first
first time he's
movie.
called Ghostface is in that scene.
This is true.
She actually christens him. Yeah.
Please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. What were you
True.
saying, Abby?
I think in this movie, the women fight back hard. Even if they don't make it, they fight back hard. It's not
That's
just
for
I'm
damn sure.
running and I fall and I twist my ankle and
Yeah.
Always running up the stairs when she should be going out the front door. Yeah.
Stop it. That's your
Something.
excuse for everybody. Go out the front door.
And I feel like, Ghostface was a kind of like a clumsy, klutzy, bumbling idiot, like falls more than Barney Fife.
That's
You know what I mean? It's
your
like,
husband you're talking
yeah,
about.
like they could
Until later,
dodge him, kick
definitely.
him, throw him. You know what I mean? It's like, geez, I thought he was killing people. Like, and,
Well, that's Stu,
hard
isn't it?
to
He's a
see him,
bumbling
though.
idiot.
Yeah,
maybe that's how you tell.
Bingo.
Yeah.
That's the way you can tell who it is, because you can tell Billy's kind of, I don't want to say more coordinated, but you can definitely tell it's like,
It's a bit more method.
it's like Matthew Lillard. You haven't gotten cast for Scooby Doo yet. You don't have to be this clumsy.
He is Scooby. He's all left.
He's fucking Shaggy, like fall everywhere.
Yeah, because in the quad scene, again, when they're sat in the quad, he's literally Shaggy in that scene for about 3 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if you want to spot Billy, all you got to do is look for the bubble butt under the gown,
Love it.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
When he does the whole, I don't want to kill anybody.
Yeah, I don't want to kill anybody.
All right.
Gonna have to
so-
watch them.
Go ahead.
So obviously,
You think they actually said, well, in this scene, we want it to be Billy, so let's put him.
I
put
guarantee
a
they
Brazilian
did.
butt lift on this
Yes,
guy.
yes. They had the
butt
Ghostface outfit right there. They were like, "This is Billy's, or this is Skeet's, this is Matthew's. This one has a bigger ass.
This one has
This one has
That was
built-in ass implant."
that was my shout out to Nancy Ann Ritter, her character in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, Bubble
Thing.
Butt. We got it.
Bubble butt.
Yeah.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
And thank you, Nancy. She's in Houston. She was going to come on tonight with us.
Oh.
But she's in
Oh,
Houston.
no way.
Yeah, she's dealing with with a family thing. But she did message me and say she would have loved to been here. So we would have had a Bubble Butt
That's
girl in here.
amazing.
And she is incredible. So we'll maybe we'll do a sequel. Hamityville too. Because we can do that. But yeah, so I mean, overall, let's get. I want to. So obviously, everybody has seen the first one, so I want to get everybody's thoughts. I don't want to sit here and jaw, even though I have been, but it's not my hangout; it's Claire's. So I will let.
It's everyone's. I'm happy just to do it with everyone. It's good.
Well, let's all. I'm pretty sure 90. Well, let's see. We'll do 80%. I'm pretty sure 80% of this group. The first one is the best one. Is the one everybody goes to. Is the one everybody puts on. Everybody watches. And it's this is what jump started the slasher. This is what brought it back. I mean, 1996. If you can bring back the slasher genre, that's impressive because it was dead for years. I mean, it was the same thing over and over and over again. And I think Wes Craven, he just knew that. And honestly, I think he, after New Nightmare, I think he kind of understood what needed to be done. He needed to bring everything, to the real world, back to 1996, and let's have a killer that you don't know who it is faster than you, kills you in elaborate ways. I mean, let's face it, the garage door kill in the first one is notorious. But that, I tell you, that garage door, man, I give props to Home Depot, whoever installed that, because that damn thing held it up, man. Because that should have just went. You can see it struggling.
It must have been a first. Must have been a first generation garage door, because every garage door I've seen since the 80s had like sensors on the bottom.
Oh yeah, this thing was like
So,
chain.
like,
It's like, damn, that thing is
like
struggling.
if anything broke the beam, it wouldn't move; it would just go back down.
And let's face it,
So,
I mean, damn, Rose McGowan weighed like $120 at the most,
maybe.
and
If
you
that.
know,
And half of that is
and it
food.
was struggling. I'm like, bullshit, no way, that thing is, it's going straight up. But yeah, a lot of elaborate kills. Henry Winkler gets killed with a pair of scissors. Obviously later on, we have one of the greatest scenes in horror movie history with Stu and Billy. You hit me in the foot. You hit me in the head with the phone, you dick.
Man.
And then did you really call the cops?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I mean, feel a little woozy here.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the end of the movie is just
Perfect.
batshit crazy. It's perfect. It's like
yeah.
this is the perfect insanity, like and
He
the
was
fact.
always going to kill Stu.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt.
So I don't know if anybody else wants to comment on their impressions of this movie, but I would have to say that for a really long time I would have considered this to be my favorite because it was the first one I saw. It's the one that started it all. I found myself distracted on the rewatch, like by how dated this thing was. How many like oh my god, that car straight out of the 90s. I'm like I found so much of this and like the I found some of the dialogue to be like hokey and stupid. You know what I mean? It's
Damn,
just personally when I was going through it, it's like really that's the line they're going to use,
Yeah.
But it was inventive. I liked how this was a pretty elaborate whodunit. I like it was poking fun at slasher movies as it was a slasher movie. So it was pretty meta in the way it was set up to begin with. I did appreciate that. But on a rewatch, I wouldn't call it my favorite one. Anybody else?
Right.
I'm kind of the same.
Yeah, I mean it's
kinda the same.
it's hard to watch because there's a lot of tropes that you see in it that just wouldn't fly. Obviously wouldn't just the cops obviously eating ice cream when there's a fucking murderer in your town. I'm pretty sure you're not stopping
Big
at
Newton.
Tasty Freeze. Not to mention, are we just going to leave Sydney unguarded and everybody else unguarded? I mean,
Well, to be honest, I mean, with the cops, I mean, by that point, the FBI would have turned up.
that was my next thing. It's like that. This would have went way past, Woodsboro's best. Yeah.
Yeah.
The FBI would have been involved a
Can
lot sooner.
Can I interject for
Nope.
a moment?
No. You beautiful soul. Yes, of course you can interject.
Please do.
The thing is, I think a lot of people forget, because we had Scary Movie, that Scream intentionally wasn't supposed to be that serious. It was supposed to be basically kind of supporting, but also kind of pulling out those tropes that we're saying about the old slasher movies that a lot of people were a bit bored of, or a bit like kind of lost with. And you say again, what do we want from Wes? What came out with this from before? If you look at the Easter eggs and stuff and the way he did it, it was actually just a massive, massive homage.
Mm-hmm.
And it was supposed to be funny. As you say, those things where like the FBI should have been there by then, obviously. And the point was, it's like people saw Scary Movie and went, oh yeah, that's the funny version. It actually wasn't. People kind of missed the humour, I think, a lot of the way with Scream.
Well, what Claire's
I mean-
it's a thing about America, whereas Scream is satire. It's satire of the slasher genre.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Scary Movie is parody.
Yep.
And satire
Absolutely.
always underperforms parody in the United States.
Yeah, and well, let's look at the things you see in it too. I mean, you have Wes Craven's the janitor dressed
Love
in
it.
a
Like
Freddy
Freddy.
sweater. I mean, so it's
Fred the janitor.
I don't and Claire, I love the fact that you say it's not meant to be serious, and if you really step back and look at it, it's not. I mean,
No.
it's just it's a cliche after cliche after cliche. It never takes.
It's a fun
Seriously.
homage,
Yeah.
really, to slasher genre.
Adam,
But I think the thing that dates it as well is because obviously the Dawson Creek kind of era, and obviously it kind of reeks of that a little bit.
Oh,
Right.
for sure. For
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Clint was saying, just
Because you're like the target demographic.
it definitely has the 90s, like,
All over it.
oh yeah, it's stamped. I mean, it really
Kind
is.
of like that.
I mean, after you watch it, you probably want to go through like Ace of Base on, put on some Abercrombie and Fitch.
First of all, I did that. I watched it with the Abercrombie
know-
sweater on, and I was listening to Ace of Base when I was watching it. So
Go get some frosted tips in your
no,
hair.
no, 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 no.
listen
Go
to
get you some
Matchbox 20.
what is it? TGIY. What the fuck is it? What was that?
You gotta wear some flannel.
TCBY.
TGIY. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
this
it's understandable
Gotta put
that you feel that
Clueless
way.
on straight after.
movie,
I mean, it is.
There's nothing wrong with that, young man.
No, not at all. Not at all.
This movie is the cinematic equivalent of Josh Hartnett's crooked bowl cut.
Wow. Hold up. Isn't that the
Oh,
faculty?
Whoa,
What the faculty or how long
Steady.
H2O? Jesus.
Well, hey, there's a lot of similarities between those movies.
Oh, yeah, there is. Jesus.
And actually, you had mentioned Freddy. Didn't you mention Freddy's Dead earlier?
Yeah.
New Nightmare.
I was gonna New Nightmare. I'm sorry, New Nightmare. And I was gonna say New Nightmare is the seed that grew the entire Scream franchise.
100%.
Because that's 100% where the wheels started turning for Wes Craven.
Yep.
And even though that movie's trash, like it was a good idea. It's some of the oh no. New Nightmare is good. I'm sorry. I keep thinking of
Freddy's Dead.
Freddy's Dead.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah,
terrible.
Freddy's Dead is trash. New Nightmare
I'm
is
gonna
pretty good.
slap you.
Fucking
You're about to start a
But,
fight up in here.
I was
no,
like,
New
guys, we are still talking about Scream.
New Nightmare
Let's
is
keep
good.
it on Scream.
But that kind of got the wheels turning for Wes Craven there, and
I agree.
it was a good idea, and like I can't. One thing I'll say about this movie is that the combination of Stu and Billy, like they are. I've seen most of the other movies,
Right.
and they are by far the best duo, the best duo of killers in the entire thing.
I will
Yeah.
1,000%
I
agree
mean,
with
they're
that.
almost iconic when you see them stand, like their interactions with each other. You can they're really like friends, and they really they play well off of each other together. I like for an analogy, like in wrestling, like they'll sometimes there's like teams that are actually teams, like Legion of Doom. They're standing next to each other, and you're like,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
they look
a
like
poke
team.
at Adam wants to do our podcast.
Well, that's
right now.
that too.
My
But
guys.
other times it's like they just throw two random wrestlers together, and you're like, oh, you're
Yeah, like
a tag
Randy
team.
Orton and Edge. Like, how does this work?
1, 2, 3 Kid and Duke the Dumpster Drosy. Go out
Yeah, what
there
the
and
what is this? Kurt Angle
out
and
there.
Steve Blackman.
go out there, young kids, win the belt. And
Oh my god, I can't wait to do this. Holy,
if it's a wrestling
none
one,
of
I'm
the
in.
other killers
I know.
ever meshed as well as Billy and Stu.
No, they didn't. They didn't. Yeah, I can't even. There's no argument for that one. I'm thinking of all six, and there's no argument. The chemistry, and again, you could tell when
Almost
everything
random
was coming to a head. That Billy wanted to kill Stu, and you could tell that without a doubt. But it was the way that it was portrayed. I mean, let's face it. This is what made Matthew Lillard. This was it. This is what skyrocketed him. And the man has so much range. He's underrated.
He was the best. He was the best in this. He was the best.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And it's a shame that Skeet Ulrich didn't get catapulted as much as he did. He was on like Jericho, and he got a couple other things, but nowhere near as high as honestly these other people did. I mean, Courtney Cox and David Arquette were already established. I mean, Courtney Cox was in Masters of the Universe. Damn, I just brought that up. And then David Arquette, he was in like Eight-Legged Freaks and Ready to Rumble.
Like the rest of the cast was kind of like Dawson's Creek, Carson Daly.
It was, yeah,
Or-
Carson Daly.
But like
The Daily Show.
But like
type
Stu and
shit.
Billy
Or,
were cool.
what is it? Total. What
They were
the fuck
kind of
is-
cool. Like they had that kind of like almost like Lost Boys kind of like sexy factor.
Well, like
were
when
like-
they go
they
into
were cool.
Blockbuster and they're picking on Randy. Like that's, you can tell it's like, okay, what age are we in? You're in a Blockbuster or whatever video store it was, and you're both like just intimidating this kid. It's like you can tell what era we're in right now.
Yeah.
Like everybody's a suspect. Bam. Everybody
God,
shut
I
up.
wonder.
And it's fantastic. It's just great. And again, like you said, even the chemistry there. It's like, well, how do we know you didn't do it? It's perfect. I agree.
Except
So-
there, it gives it away as well because the look Stu's giving there, it's like straight away. Oh, he's the killer. Obviously, it's like
It definitely, showed its hand there. Paul, Liv, what do you guys think?
You go first.
No,
You go first.
Oh, don't be shy, love.
Don't be
We won't
scared, Liv.
bite.
Come on, Liv.
We won't
Don't be
bite.
scared, Liv.
I don't know. I thought it was probably the best out of all of them.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Number one's hard to beat.
She
Number one's
thinks
hard to
that
beat.
Billy Loomis was cute.
Stop!
Jesus. All right, there it is. There it is. There's the real.
Did you just say she thinks Billy Loomis is cute?
Yes.
I thought
I
Billy
did
Loomis
too.
was
Billy
cute.
Loomis is
I did
cute.
too.
Billy Loomis is very cute.
Loomis
Yeah.
is very cute.
Now
I
I'm
can't
awkward.
believe you said that. I have to
And I
leave.
think that Rose McGowan
Wow.
was cute.
Have to leave.
So
I love
we're-
this.
we're
I love
kinda
this
like-
thing.
it's a good movie for both of us.
It is.
Absolutely.
We got Courtney Cox, got Nev Campbell, and I got Skeet Ulrich.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. All right,
Yep.
so
Yeah, it's my favorite. Like I said, this is like one of my. When I go see a horror movie, I always secretly hope it's as much fun as going to see this for the first time, or
Yeah.
any time that I've seen it in the theater.
that's awesome. Yeah, that's
And the only thing that comes close to this, seeing this in the theater, was Jaws.
Damon, I knew you were going to say that. I was even thinking the same thing. I was like, a rewatch of Jaws on the big screen is the only thing that comes close to this. Honestly,
Yeah,
it really
it's
is.
just it's a tremendously fun movie. It's hugely influential. I mean, upon my first watch, I'm like, this is a classic of the genre. You know,
Well, like
and-
Adam said, they made a pair. They made how many movies? 5 scary movies, 6,
Yeah.
and they all have. It's all based on Scream. I mean, Ghostface Killer or whatever. But it's probably one of the most well, maybe not the most, but it's definitely a parodied horror movie. With Ghostface and yeah, man, I really like the fact that you brought that up. Like, and let's think about that for a second. Jaws is the only thing that comes close. That's saying something, because we all know after 2 weeks ago how much we all love the first Jaws,
Yeah.
and to put Scream in that echelon, that's pretty impressive. And I'd have to agree on it too. If you're gonna,
I mean, for me,
if I
it
wanna
was
go to-
7.
Yeah.
The same experience, but that was like the year before. But it was like, same thing.
Yeah, 7 kind of blew my mind as well. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have one of those hangouts.
Yeah.
Link.
Uh,
All right.
Let me throw
So,
up a couple of
Clint,
these comments
Go
here.
Yeah, go, baby.
So we had Caitlin in here. She's like, number 1 is my favorite too. Nothing can beat the terror and hilarity of the original.
Very true.
Of course, she says the best opening scene in horror, which I think most of us agree. That's very memorable. Of
Don't
course, we got-
agree.
This is Steve Morris, if you recall that name. He made He Knows, that Christmas horror movie that we did a review on. And of course, I know he loves these movies, and it's a major influence for him. And he rewatches them all the time.
with
Just
his
recently
11-year-old
watched one with his
daughter.
11-year-old daughter. So
That's
very
my
cool.
11-year-old
should've-
daughter.
Bam, bam.
we should have had him on too.
Yeah. Well, similarities.
Yeah.
There you go. I
Yeah.
mean, it's obviously it's influential across the board. The first one is influential, and it's hard. It's gonna be tough sledding from here on. Because again, I'm pretty sure we're all kind of.
I think after the first one, we're going to disagree.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yeah. Adam's looking at Hollywood Squares. We did lose Abby. We'll get her back.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So Scream 2. Oh boy.
I'm just going to come out and say it. Jerry O'Connell ruined this movie for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
dude.
1000%. Jesus Christ. You get up on a fucking table and start singing. This movie
Which is
I
had,
the
mean,
most
it's cute
romantic
now, but-
gesture
oh,
ever.
God.
this movie had so many unnecessary scenes
It
in it. It's
stunk
not
in
even
Top
funny.
Gun. It stunk here.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, that is kind
One
of
of
the yeah.
oh sorry. I gotta watch my mouth tonight.
Yes.
Sorry.
Come on now.
All right, sorry. Well, I gotta move people around.
Here.
Clint, move people around.
Good replacement work, Melon Farmer. Okay,
you got it. Yeah, I agree. And Courtney Cox's highlights ruined this movie too.
I kind of like those.
I mean, I thought she was hot.
Oh, the rod strikes.
The streaks. Yeah.
So this one just took a, I don't want to say a nosedive, but it was a nosedive. It just felt so sloppy.
Yeah, it's not nearly as good as the first one.
No, and
I'm with you. I don't like to.
Very few sequels don't. I can't say don't get it right because, I mean, some of them do, some of them don't. Me and Clint are very, very, very opinionated with Halloween 2. I absolutely love Halloween 2. Yeah, but you know what? I'll say that. Well, I mean, after this one, yeah, without a doubt, because we'll get into Scream 3 with mega bangs.
Can we not talk about Courtney Cox's bangs, please?
Yeah,
we're not quite there yet.
Two was his least favorite, but it is the best Gale haircut.
It does have some of the best chase scenes. It does have some of the best chase scenes.
Hashtag nice streaks.
Yeah, hashtag nice highlights. But this one just took every.
My problem here.
Yeah.
And I'll get it out of the way. I'll let everybody else talk.
Yeah, go.
My problem here was, to me, this was the most Scooby-Doo formula of all the ones that I've seen.
Yeah,
like they literally showed you the killers in the first few minutes of the movie, and you almost knew it when you saw them. I mean, it did not shock me at all that Oliphant was one of the killers. It absolutely did not.
If Timothy Oliphant wanted to be in all six, I am okay with this because I love that fucking man.
And I was like, Roseanne's sister, definitely her.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, Adam.
Jackie.
Same thing. I was like,
Jackie's
the killer.
Where's Dan?
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Killer. There's
Dan would have made this a better movie.
Oh yeah. Roseanne should have been a killer, or John Goodman. John Goodman was a killer. I'd have been okay with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like as soon as I saw her, I was like, well, she's a killer.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Now the twist
what if it was Roseanne?
Yeah, I've said my piece. I'm going to mute my mic now.
I mean,
one really. Anyway,
no. Well, was she fat then? Yeah, she was fat then. It's like 90. Yeah, it was like where were we at 99 or 2000? Yeah, she wouldn't have worked. She'd been a fat
Roseanne hiding behind a tree.
That wouldn't have worked. She wouldn't have been able to fit in the ghost.
Yeah.
She'd been a fat ass ghost face.
Maybe that's 7. That's the twist.
All right, I'll give you that.
Like when Tom Arnold hid behind the pole in True Lies.
Damn it. Touche.
7 Degrees of Roseanne with the Tom Arnold remark.
Absolutely.
I hate to bring it up, but William Sadler was actually in a couple episodes of Roseanne.
Can you stop?
Yes, he was.
Shut up. Really?
He played Dwight.
I don't care who he played.
I remember that.
Jesus.
Now he'd be a good ghost face.
He'll be the ghost face in part 7.
He just has to take the mask bit off, and he can be
before
dead.
I have to boot Nicole out of here.
He'll do naked Tai Chi with the ghost face mask on.
Oh, damn, even I'd watch that.
And the white face.
$5 to see that.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Do the ghost face rap.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna do the helicopter. But yeah, I mean, 2 just took all the. I don't know. It just took all the wind out of the sail. It was like what made the first one great, they just took away. Like Clint said, you could tell who the killers were. Jerry O'Connell killed that movie. He really did. He was so awkward and like, okay, do you want me to stay? Bitch, no, go. I don't want you to stay. Shut the fuck. Oh, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Shut the Fig Newton up.
Shut the Fig Newton.
The front door.
Shut the front door. Shut the fudge up. I mean, it's just that was the thing, and that's something we're going to revisit. Almost this entire franchise is people making the same mistake twice, 3 times. Obviously, it's a movie. I know this. I get it. But damn it, if you're going to do the same thing over and over and over again. At least like make it a little different again. You know, she automatically suspects Jerry O'Connell as the killer. It's like we got to take some time. We got to take some time. You know, and the I think you know what the best part of this movie is when they have the whole film study. You know, when Randy's in film study talking to Mickey about sequels.
Yeah.
That's the best part of the entire movie.
Yeah.
You know, talking
But
about
We had
how
that hanging.
yeah, exactly.
But then in his rules, he never says that. That'd be obviously part of the rules is don't make the same mistakes twice.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not there, and it's like it just seems so stupid.
So, yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like, where's that rule at? Like, don't do the same shit twice. And it's just it was so I don't know. It felt so it was just bleh. Like you didn't care about anybody. Like you didn't like when Dewey gets stabbed in the studio, you're like, oh damn, Dewey's getting it. But you don't care. At that point, you don't care. You know why? Because he's already been stabbed one time in the back. So he's not going to die this time either. Exactly. Yeah. It's like, well, he's good this time too. You know, so
and then that comes later on as well with 5 and 6.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, well, he's not going to die. You know, Gail isn't going to die. She never even gets close to dying.
You know,
and with the new chap.
I quite like him too. The soundstage whole thing with Gail, like
there's things about too that I
like that chase. I kind of like that where you know you can't hear, but it's all going on behind the soundproof booth. I kind of like that.
That's a real deal. Like that's legit how it works. So
only thing positive I have to say about it, really is it has probably the second best opening in the franchise. Movie theater opening is really
Jada Pinkett Smith. Yeah, that's
really great.
Not to put anybody's wives in my mouth, but Jada Pinkett's death is awesome in that movie.
Keep my. I can't do it. I'm not doing it. Nope.
I don't think it's the second best opener at all.
Yeah, definitely. It's
got some really good sequences. I mean, and some good deaths. I mean, Randy's death is really good.
Oh, Randy's death.
The way that's done.
Randy's death is incredible. There's no doubt
Do
about
you
it.
mean good or absolutely
it's almost the franchise best.
But it's my absolute least favorite in the franchise.
The way he's separated out from everybody, and you still don't think it's going to happen.
It's not my absolute worst one of the franchise, but it's
it's my best.
No, it's my worst.
It's damn close.
I don't like to.
But
and it just didn't feel like. My big thing is that if your continuity is a big thing, and Clint knows this, and I say it almost every hangout, continuity is a big thing. It's literally one and done with this franchise as far as going from 1 to 2. It's like everything's off the table. It's like, so everything that you did is null and void now.
Yeah.
You know, so I just, like I said, it just felt blue to me.
I thought it had some of the more believable red herrings. That's like one of the one thing I would say.
It did.
Like they had, what's that guy? Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Weary. You know what? From this point on, we will refer to Cotton Weary as Cotton Eye Joe. So anybody that wants to talk about it,
between Vic Newton and Cotton Eye Joe.
If I hadn't been Cotton Eye Joe, I've been dead a long time ago.
We'll let Rob introduce Cotton Eye Joe. Anytime anybody says anything, we'll just let Rob do it. Damn, dude, Cotton Weary.
He had a really believable MO for
like
why he would be the killer. Yeah,
like when he comes in the library. I mean,
yeah.
Leaf Schreiber,
that actor, I can't remember his name.
Actor,
Leaf Schreiber.
Yeah, I mean he's menacing just like in anything.
Like when he's like Tyrone Rivers, like I just want my fucking 5-minute interview.
Right.
Damn, dude, back the fuck up.
Yeah. And it's like they
Um,
try to paint him as a sympathetic character. Meanwhile, he was like having an affair with like
But he
Oh,
Sydney's
here we,
didn't
mom.
murder
here we
anybody.
go.
He got
Yep.
put in jail for
He didn't
murder.
murder anyone,
Yeah.
but he was
Yeah.
still a scumbag.
I mean, he wasn't
Yeah,
the
still-
greatest
still-
guy. He was
still
kind of
a
a
piece of shit.
scumbag, but
Oh yeah. Did we
But
scare
then
Liv
being in
away,
jail
Paul?
would make you, in that kind of jail, probably would make you a bit aggressive
Oh, for sure.
because you'd have to be.
Oh yeah, you're definitely
So,
fighting for your right to party.
But
yeah.
it's kind of what
Oh,
Scream
hey.
does so well to misdirect which character is the killer. That's the whole point
Yeah.
of Scream.
That's
isn't
why,
it?
and Adam makes a good point with the red herrings. It's like, well, now Cotton Weary is there, so okay, maybe it's him because
Kind of setting him up for 3, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
And you
But
know,
then originally it was supposed to be Brandy, wasn't it?
her
The
best
original
friend?
killer. Yeah.
yeah, and then the
It
detectives,
wasn't
even
gonna-
the detectives
yeah.
were like, well, they're everywhere that she goes, or are they?
Yeah.
Or it could have been Dewey, it could have been Gail, it could have been anybody. But again, it led you down.
See, that would have been a better. I think it would have been better if it was Dewey, and he was faking all the injuries and he wanted revenge for his sister, or something like that. That would have been a
I'll say
better.
this: Dewey should have been the killer in one of these.
I agree on that one.
Or
He should
Sydney.
have been. He should have been.
Or
He
Sydney.
should have
Sydney
been.
should have
He should have been the
snapped
new
at some
stew in one of these movies.
Well, all right.
Nah.
So we'll get there at one point because there's something
Just
that's said
nah.
in the later one that I'll bring up. So how does oh my God, here
I
we
think
go.
it's lost in translation, but I think Claire agrees with everything I just said.
Yeah, look at her fucking face.
Yeah, obviously, Adam.
She's so cute. All right, so whew, here we go. 2. It's my second to least favorite. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me look at my list. It is my least favorite. Clint.
Yeah, I'm going to list it at the bottom too. This one just didn't hit for me. There were some things I liked about it.
That's where I'm at. There were
but-
things I liked about it, but I'm like,
No,
at the
I
same
didn't.
time,
I didn't
more
hate the
cons than
movie,
pros. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
when I weigh it against the other ones, it's
I like
my least
Courtney
favorite.
Cox's hair way more.
Oh,
in this
her
movie.
hair.
In this-
That's a
She
pro.
has
in this
never
one.
looked better than in that movie.
She was incredibly attractive in this
It
movie.
had that like maroon thing going on.
I'm not going to say I didn't pause this movie at some point.
She had like actual bangs. She didn't cut them off with garden shears.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I didn't pause this movie at some point and look down a couple times.
Get too close to a ceiling fan.
Right.
But then Sarah Michelle Gellar, you know what I mean?
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that too.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you saw her ass playing out when she was about to get thrown over the balcony.
Oh, you did?
Nicole,
Can we put that in the? Never mind.
you want me to
You guys are gonna hate me.
No, Liv's floating around. We can't
Okay.
do that.
Go for it.
Hold on, did we scare Liv away?
I think we did, and I'm gonna need her soon. I have like 4 pages
No,
of questions.
This is exactly what it's like watching a movie with her.
Okay, cool. All right, awesome.
She comes
Nicole,
in the
go
room.
ahead.
She
Here we
leaves
go.
the room.
It's
She
Nicole's
comes in the
second
room.
favorite movie.
No, I didn't say that.
That's where you're going. Lee's
No,
second
it's
or
not. No, it's not. I
Third
I had a lot of issues with it. But
Oh,
the
yeah.
one thing I binged all of them twice in the past month or so. And I took notes so I would remember. And one of the things I wrote was Jerry O'Connell is great.
favorite. Oh, Jesus. Why? Holy shit.
On my list of pros for this movie.
Oof.
Jerry
I
O'Connell
mean,
was
it's
great.
nice
think
to
she
have
loves
a
him.
few.
I feel like we said the same thing. I said he ruined this movie for me. You said he's great.
Yeah, I mean, you say he's great.
Yeah.
That's the
It's
same.
singing,
The-
I think.
Yeah, it's the same
I think-
consistency.
I think the only good performance that dude has ever been in is Stand By Me.
Yes, 100%.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah, because he was like 12.
I don't know
Right.
Piranha. I
Jerry,
liked him in
Jerry
Piranha.
Maguire, to be fair.
Piranha, he was pretty good in Piranha.
I
Yeah,
always
yeah.
forget
Jerry
Rob.
Maguire.
I always forget who's in that. You're correct. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
in that too.
Yeah.
Kush.
Yeah.
I'll be
But-
right back.
You really want to die, don't you?
Oh, you fucker! I'll be right back.
Stay with me,
I
Liv.
love that girl.
Liv, stay
Yeah,
with
she's
me.
great.
Don't run off.
The
Don't run
Go
off.
down the floor.
Come on, Miss. I'm gonna call you Miss Schmucker.
You can do it.
Just because you're right there, Schmucker.
Schmucker.
Liv knows so much about Scream.
It is my least favorite of the series. Now, saying that, please understand, I still like it. It's like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's still pizza. So,
There's another analogy people usually use with that.
Oh, another
too, but yeah,
analogy
I get
is
it.
Nicole's
I love it.
thing that
Oh
she.
gosh!
God, Jesus! Really?
Don't look
You
up.
can't just
Liv.
have like a blank.
Just look at me. Just look at me.
I think you did that on purpose. I
Sorry.
don't think you went anywhere. I think you just wanted to show
She
William
just
Sadler's
wanted
ass.
Don't look
I'm
at the
pretty
naked
sure that's
man.
what
Just
just
look at
happened.
me.
Yeah, look at Adam. Look at Adam.
All right, you're good.
I don't want to say so.
That
Adam
has
is
no
Hairball.
idea what's going.
so William. So Adam is William Sadler's ass. That's his face.
Oh, that's right. That's my picture. I forgot it was up there.
That's what
I
it
know
says
you
in my
fucking
high
no, you
school
didn't.
yearbook.
As comic
I was
collector as you
joking.
just were. No, you
In
didn't.
the high school yearbook, it says most likely to be William.
William Sadler's ass. Adam Backus.
The biggest problem I had with Scream 2, and this is going to sound so silly, when they were showing the movie Stab and Heather Graham was getting in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
As she's putting her robe back on, we see popcorn on the stove. Did she really light a Jiffy Pop and then go to take a shower and leave it there?
This is your complaint. This is your.
That is
this
the
your
that's
central
one of the
complaint?
biggest issues I had with this. That is the
Christ.
dumbest.
What are you, an idiot?
Of all things.
Nobody does that.
Did this bitch put Jiffy Pop on the stove and get a
Way
shower?
to burn your
Yeah.
fucking house down right
Way to
there.
burn your fucking house down.
And I love the cameo with David
We don't
Warner.
have those.
You don't have Jiffy Pops?
We don't
there's
have those.
There's a
It's
reason
like
why.
you get it to make yourself, or you make it in the microwave in a bag.
Yeah.
We don't
There's a
have
reason
those.
why nobody
for
has
them.
them
We
anymore
don't
because they
have those.
fucking burn
Jiffy
houses
Pop,
down
you gotta
because
really
of Heather Graham.
pay attention to. You gotta really work it. And
Yeah.
don't have
Guys,
that.
get you putting that high tax on tea.
Hold on, Abby. You
Yeah.
got to work the Jiffy Pop.
you gotta work it, man. You gotta keep it going. Like
You do.
Don't.
It takes a half an hour for any of it to start, and then
Yeah.
it's burnt in 3 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely never.
No one uses that product
You should
anymore.
never
If you
use
do,
it.
you're like 75 years old.
I feel like I should just throw corn on the cob in a fire and pray for the best. I mean, at this point, damn.
If you have a microwave, you're not using
Just
the
buy a
Jiffy
ready-made
Pop on
bag.
the
It's
stove.
easier.
Just get smart.
I
food,
sometimes
for
make
God's
it with a
sakes.
pan,
Okay, that's with a pan though.
That's with
You're
a
not going to
pan.
buy that foil thing.
but I
You buy a
suppose
full
it's the
thing, are you gonna
same
go-
because it's metal, isn't it?
Yeah.
When we go to the Poconos, we're getting corn and we're throwing it on a campfire. We're going to see what happens. It's just going to burn.
Sounds
I
good.
You're going to
guarantee it.
take food out of the deer's mouths? Damn,
Oh,
Don.
That deer. Anyway, Abby.
yes.
All right, so hold on. So, least favorite, Clint, least favorite, Nicole, least favorite.
No.
Okay.
Second to
So
least.
where's okay, Abby?
it goes between my least favorite and my second least favorite, but right now it's in my least favorite. And I think honestly, Jerry O'Connell, I don't know, he just irks me so much in that I have this thing with those, like Captain America, Boy Next Door. I just want to punch him in his face, and I don't know why. And I know that's wrong.
Damn.
But I get some aggressive, like visceral response to his face every now and again.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that, and honestly,
Yeah,
Portia
I knew.
Rossi is a good actress, but she was terrible in that. And the little sorority girls, I kind of wanted to. I mean, I love Sarah Michelle Gellar, but I'd have tossed her off a roof too.
Well, my big thing is, and that's the other stupid part about this is like the whole phone thing. Like, just go back in and then go on the other side of the house. There's a fucking back door when you're coming down the steps that I can see. Just go out there.
Don't you mean
have to
Fig
go out
Newton?
the front door?
Carger, Fig Newton.
Flying Fig Newton. God.
I don't know what I've been trying to narrow down what it is that irks me about the movie, and I really
Sorry,
just
Liv.
think it's the people.
This movie irks me to it.
I think I agree. It's the people.
Gearhart or Gayhart
Nobody
in this
likable.
movie, the Noctima girl.
Mhm.
Yeah, she was in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. This movie's just irksome. There's just so many things that I hate about this movie.
Agree.
And,
Yeah,
and
I don't hate
Bad.
it.
I know it wasn't, but I know it wasn't like an intentional. You see, that's where I'm really like, where is the difference between the first and the second one? Like, where were your ideas with the first one, and why didn't you bring them over?
Well, I think the
Oh
first
no,
was
so much different.
but the second went more towards formula with like
There you go.
Black
There you
Christmas
go.
or Sorority
There you
Girl
go.
Massacre.
Mhm.
I feel like
It's like
they
horror
pulled out
Mean
a
Girls
trope
is
that
too.
you didn't need
It's like they were scared to do anything different. So let's go and
and pull
follow
off
everybody
everything else
else
that
that everything else is done. Whereas the first one was different.
meta and
Yep.
you know. one of
Rob,
my
what do you think,
favorite
brother?
movies.
At the time, it was my favorite. I really enjoyed it. Came out of it. It had more buzz in my mind than the first one. Rewatching it, it doesn't stand up. Particularly, like you say, Jerry O'Connell. Yeah, the singing, that bit really just destroys it.
Jerry O'Connell, you suck.
The whole car bit with them climbing over, that just doesn't work.
God.
But I really like that part.
I like when his head got.
You know, for all the positives, but you know, they just waste
so much time.
Talent. David Warner completely unused, and he could have been a great killer.
Yeah,
get rid of Roseanne's sister. Have him as a killer.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh my
have
God,
him
I
as
thought the same thing.
Billy's granddad.
Yeah, I thought the same
Billy's
thing.
granddad.
Like,
you know what I mean?
You just
Much
got
better
one of the
killer.
most prolific English actors in this movie as a teacher, a drama
Villain
teacher.
actors.
Yeah, like,
but you know,
this dude is incredible.
you don't
This
use
dude
it.
is amazing.
In favour
I
of
agree.
Roseanne's sister. It just makes no sense. But
You
the
know what,
biggest
Rob?
problem
You
with
really
this
have
film,
I feel like Rob's just taking the knife and just twisting it like
Forgive
Roseanne's
me.
sister. Yeah.
but the biggest problem, like everyone's saying about it, went to formula and stuff. The biggest problem with this film, in a nutshell, Weinstein. It's got Weinstein all over it.
I mean, it's
that's when he took over. Right, I want more of this, more formula. Wes got less and less influence.
Yeah.
Miramax took over.
Yep.
And you know, the Harvey Weinstein just put his paws on it and put more totty in there. So all right, who's in now? All right, so Sarah Michelle Gellar, right, we'll get her.
Yeah.
Portia de Rossi, Rebecca Gayheart, we'll get them. Brandy
Well,
Norwood, we'll
felt
get
like
her.
let's get the
So
biggest,
there's
let's get the
all
biggest
these-
stars now. Hey, we got Buffy.
all these
we
pretty
got-
young things he can entertain in his dressing room, you know, or in his hotel room, and you know,
Now he's watching it
basically-
from prison.
Yeah, now he's watching this from prison.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? That's what I see when I see that film now. Is like lots of young women in that film that he just threw in there for nothing roles. Luckily, like she already had Buffy and things like that. But you know, what did Rebecca Gayheart ever do really after that? You know, not a lot.
I think she got into legal trouble.
that I remember.
Yeah, I think she did. I think she did.
It was like this and Urban Legend. That's all I remember.
And the
she was
the
Valentine?
commercials.
Was she in Valentine?
Let's go back and watch that. Claire Bacon, you do not
Yes,
like
my
this.
darling.
You do not like this sequel.
I hate to, but I will kind of just go back to what you said about the Weinstein thing. I do totally agree with you. Me and Abby have also visited some Josh stuff this week, which is very similar with Valentine and other stuff that we've talked about.
Right.
And the kind of the girls in it. But what you have to kind of admit, and not playing that down at all, is B movies and slasher movies in general, it's all about the pretty girl. I'm afraid.
Yeah.
It's like no matter what, I can kind of
And there's
see that you
nothing
watch
wrong
it and you
with
get
that.
that from it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it because if you look at it, and not to interrupt you, and I'm piggybacking with Abby, because that had been done so many other times, even back in the 80s. You know, you had
That's what I'm
Final
saying.
Girls
It's nothing
with-
new.
Yeah, it's nothing new, but it almost felt like I don't know. Maybe you guys can attest to it.
It was attention grabbing, essentially,
thing.
and
that was the main draw.
in hindsight, absolutely terrible, the whole thing. But to take away from what the franchise did, 2 was the worst. Totally agree. 2 is not great. Apart from, what did we say we're going to call him? Cotton Eye Joe's character development that goes on to 3.
Right.
And kind of a couple of bits, yeah. I mean, it was not necessary movie, was 2, really.
That's
But 3.
kind of where I was. I didn't feel that. That's what I was going to say, and I was waiting for somebody else to say it. I feel like they could have went from 1 to 3. Now I want to get everybody else. I want to get everybody else's feedback before we go there. Paul's not there, but I'm pretty sure Liv is. Liv, did you like 2?
It's her favorite. Can you repeat what you said? I didn't hear you.
Do you like 2?
Number 2.
No,
You like it?
it's the worst movie I've ever seen.
That's Liv.
Wow.
That's true, Liv. That's true.
Wow.
Ending was the worst ending in any scary movie, any movie in general you could see.
Yep.
Damn,
It's
bro.
worse than the ending of the book where the red fern grows.
Why is this her first hangout? Why is she not
The
been
girl
on her hangouts?
knows. She knows.
Claire, you've been replaced as my
Yes.
spirit animal.
Yeah, you're done.
I'll
Nicole,
take my
goodbye.
leave, and it's well deserved.
Liv, you're my spirit animal.
is.
I love
It
you.
is. All right, because I know how Adam is. Adam's like Ryan Jr. He likes to put the wrench in the gears. What do you think, Adam? Second one is your favorite one. I offended you,
No,
I'm sorry.
it's not my favorite.
It's not your worst
It's
one.
not
though.
my second favorite. It's my
third least favorite. Is that a thing?
I think I hate.
It's in the middle.
I think I hate 3 worse than this one.
Really?
Yeah.
3's my
Same.
next favorite.
Yeah.
But this one, I don't know. I don't want to repeat what a lot of other people said, but I think there's a lot of similarities between this movie and like Halloween H2O.
Very much so.
With the whole like campus setting and that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And like Halloween H2O definitely has that like kind of like Scream vibe to it. I guess a lot of horror movies in this time were trying to.
Kevin Williamson.
True story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
everyone's unlikable. That's true. That's true. Like everybody in this movie is unlikable.
Unlikable.
And,
I hate everyone. Is that possible? I hate everyone in this movie.
Yeah,
and
everyone.
I think Sam Bella's the only one who's
possible.
actually likable.
This
I
is
hate
when,
everyone.
like the first in the reveal of the killers in the first movie was so like organic. In this movie, it just seemed like
Here's your
Like-
killers. I like it.
yeah, like that '90s like
Yep.
frosted tips with sideburns Scooby Doo horror.
Look, I never had those. I wanted them, but
No,
I've never
I
had them.
wanted
Yeah,
frosted tips.
Me too.
I
yeah,
did
yeah.
not have.
Adam, you could do it right now. Clinton, you could do it right now. I don't know
I
what
did
y'all
not
waiting on.
have the gumption to do it.
I don't know what you're
I
waiting
was
on.
like,
There's still time, sweetheart. There's
There
still
is. Yeah, there's still time. You're only 24. You got it.
You're only 20.
I'm
got it.
24 years old. That's true.
All right. So we can all agree 2 was a disaster.
Yep.
All right. All right. Now here's where the division is going to come in heavily. Scream 3.
Where's Ryan in this? I need him.
I know. Scream 3.
He
All right.
he's not. He ain't coming.
All
I
right.
know.
He's not
He's
coming.
gone.
so
He's not coming at all.
No.
he's not.
Okay.
Why?
I
Oh,
think
he-
He
he's
said Adam's coming in. I should stand.
attending. A friend of his
party?
is having a 40th birthday party or something. He's going to get drunk over at their place. I don't know,
Oh.
something like that. Typical Canadian.
Yeah. Typical. Damn. Typical Canadian. Eh? All
Hey.
right. Scream 3. Whew. It's not my least favorite,
Me neither.
but it's not my favorite.
Right.
I can tell you I did love how meta this movie was. Like the way that they followed it. You know, we have, the Gale Weathers in the movie, the Gale Weathers in real life. You know, the
Everybody's favorite Fig Newton.
favorite Fig Newton.
You-
You know, you had it was cool because it felt like it almost felt like New Nightmare. Like it was like, okay, these are the real, almost like the real people living the horror that was Scream, only it's Stab. But I wish they would have got better actors and actresses
Looking
than
at
they
you,
got.
Jenny McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy. Was it
Loved her.
what's that one bitch? Parker Posey.
Say Parker Posey. She's my favorite.
Parker Posey. If anybody, yeah, she's amazing.
She's got a Fig Newton.
She's got a Fig Newton. She has a lovely Fig Newton. She has a great Fig Newton. But yeah, I mean, I like that Putty was in there, and anybody that's ever watched Seinfeld knows who Putty is. Patrick Warburton, fantastic.
Yeah.
Dude is incredible.
Father was an orthopedic surgeon.
Right. But Gail Weathers' haircut ruins this movie. Because then, or actually her outfit, her whole ensemble ruins this movie. This bitch runs on here looking like a starburst. Like,
banana.
can you please put that starburst away? Because damn, Liv left again. I feel like we're offended.
But that's on Wes, because it's
No,
not so
that's
much it's the person. It's not the person who did the haircut. It's not on Courtney. It's the person who said yes, we're going to go with that haircut. Who's to blame?
Agreed. All right, Rob. I'll give you that. I will give you that.
She's not here, so she won't be mad at me for telling this. But when she was little, she cut her bangs. Liv did, and she looked.
Don't they all?
Smooth.
I did the same thing.
I shaved my head.
I'm not even kidding. I did the exact same thing.
I thought I could
Yeah,
do
we
that.
made her keep that haircut.
I cut my cat's whiskers.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Didn't end well.
My 5-year-old did that just a couple months back.
Ran into the wall. How many times?
No, I didn't see that happen, but
Okay. Well,
we
I
were
don't
very
know.
careful about leaving scissors out from then on.
Clearly,
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
time it ain't going to be the goddamn whiskers. Woo.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, Scream 3, I'm going to say I wholeheartedly agree with this comment. Scream 3 is another
Yes.
fun one.
Who said that? Can we please say?
That's Steve Morris again.
All right, Steve Morris,
What
did he
1000%.
Yeah.
Said Scream
Say-
3 was another fun one that I originally didn't appreciate that much. The killer was so underrated.
Yeah.
I 1000% agree with that statement
On a
because
single rewatch of this movie,
Yep.
I was shocked. I found myself liking it.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
this one gets made fun of the most. I mean, it gets poor reviews. People kind of dump on it, and it's because some of the technology that's used in it wasn't really real at the time, like being able to fake anybody's voice, without like a really great sample or like AI software or something like that. They had this fantastic little magic voice box that they could basically duplicate anybody that they
Right.
wanted to. So
Yeah.
that was kind of stupid. But I mean, aside from
It was Hollywood, man.
yeah, I found
Abby,
myself
turn a fucking light on.
I found myself really enjoying this one for some reason. I felt that Sydney was like the strongest that I had seen her to this point. I mean, like,
I think there's a reason that it's dark.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
went like
yeah.
full
Okay.
into Hamilton.
I know. I don't.
yeah, yeah, right.
Um,
She seemed fearless in this one, and I just really loved that about her character.
Yeah. This was what I was going to say earlier, and Adam kind of alluded to it. I think if we would have made a jump from 1 to 3, I think 3 would be more appreciated. I think going 1, 2, 3, I think it was just because of how 2 was. Everybody was like, well, 3 is totally different than 2. I think 2 ruined 3. I think that's
I think they're all different.
I mean, but at the same time, I think 3 would have been better without 2.
Yeah, well.
Am I the only one that judges these movies purely on who the killers are and how believable they are to me?
No.
Not
No,
really, no. No,
And
because
like Roman, this whole Roman dude. Like
I
I don't
hate Roman.
I hate that guy.
I'm the Palpatine of the whole freaking thing.
Right?
I have orchestrated it from the
He's
beginning.
the Palpatine of Scream.
You know?
Damn.
Like it's just like, oh, okay. Where were you in the first
Worst
movie?
killer ever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
ever.
Twerp.
Yes, I will definitely agree with you there.
I was a little disappointed on the reveal.
Yeah.
I mean, you may as well have had Randy
Roman's
Quaid
the
underneath
worst
that
killer.
mask. You know what I mean?
Damn, Randy Quaid. Holy shit, that'd have been awesome.
And Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid would have been great.
First of all, he'd be emptying out the
The shitter, yeah. Shitter pool.
The Fig Newtoner.
Yeah, the Fig Newtoner.
The Fig Newtoner.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Wasn't there one script where it was Sydney? And there was some. I read somewhere there was one script where it was.
Changes.
Yeah.
Sydney was supposed to
like,
be
I
the
think
killer.
most of these movies they have 5 or 6 different.
I'm pretty sure
endings,
Carrie
and they kind
Fisher
of
was supposed
go
to
with
be the
whatever.
killer.
See,
Pretty sure it's going to be Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
Well, the one killer was
Great
it was
cameos
supposed to
in
have
3.
2 killers, and the one was supposed to be the girl playing Sydney.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the stab movie. Who was
I think
incredibly
anything
effective.
other than Roman, I think anybody else
Yes.
would have
Yes.
made sense.
Any of the other red herrings.
Seriously, anybody else, because it's like who the fudge is this guy? Like you said, Adam. You know, nobody cares about Roman because he was never there. He was never part
Roman's
of
a
her
terrible
family,
killer.
even though it's her estranged brother now. Well, where was he at in the first 2 movies?
Looking like a groupie from Matchbox 20. Like who is
He looked ragged. He was haggard. Woo.
But he was like the director of the
stab
movies, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, I think.
He was the spoiled son of the director of the movies that Rena Reynolds was in.
Oh no, I'm running out of beer.
Oh, I'm out of beer.
I mean, the same
need
thing
more.
again. You've got Lance Hendrickson there. You know, again,
He
classic
saved the
villain
movie.
actor.
Like Abby said earlier, I'm watching Scream 3 because
Exactly. And you
You're not
picked
using
Roman.
them.
Yeah.
There were, this was, I think, the most tongue in cheek of all the movies, but I enjoyed that. Just having somebody brought up Carrie, are you? No, I'm not her. Everybody says that. Jay and Silent Bob calling Gail Weathers Connie Chung.
Oh, they missed a classic though. They missed a classic. They should have had Carrie Fisher, and she should have said, "Sydney, I'm your mother."
That's
would have been
what
brilliant.
I was thinking.
That would have been great.
That would have been. That's it. This would have been the best one if she would have
And
said
it was
it.
like it was Maureen Prescott.
Go ahead, Claire.
Maureen Prescott, yeah. Oh, Rena Reynolds.
Yeah, Rena Reynolds. Again, it's.
But I actually like the open for 3. I must be honest.
Jesus,
That's when they kill Cotton Eye Joe, or is that in part?
Yeah, Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah, it's like with his stab games.
the
I kind of
opening's
like
good.
that.
This
the
was
opening's
like
good.
the most like I don't know. This one was like the most relatable because like you could if you got a phone call from your wife or whoever, you're gonna haul ass like he did. I mean, he was going through everything he could to get home, and I like how it's played out again. Like Clint said, the whole technology thing with the voice, may not be a thing, but at the same time, it's like, what are you supposed to do when you hear, your husband saying the shit that he's saying? It's like, well, I'm going to get a golf club and I'm going to go in a closet. I'm going to sit there because I heard your voice tell me you're going to kill me. You're going to gut me. And, he rolls in and she's ready to just swing away. And it's.
He has that kind of face.
Yeah, at least right. Yeah, especially in Sabretooth. Yeah. And X-Men Origins. I
He
would
does
have definitely
have that
killed him.
kind of face. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the opening scene is pretty awesome, because it kind of sets the stage for, okay, here we go. Obviously, again, nobody's really safe. The killer from 1 and 2, he's dead now, so obviously he's not a suspect anymore. And I think that's what they were trying to prove right there was, okay, Cotton's out of the way. So now whatever happened, and maybe that was to its detriment because now you eliminated the one person that had been brought up so many times in the first one, Cotton. Now he's dead. So it's like, okay, this was the one time, like, and I go back to what Adam said, it's the one time you could have made the killer somebody nobody would have recognized, somebody wouldn't have seen, and any of those people other than Roman would have been better. Just would have been better. It was like you set it up and you failed. You failed with the reveal.
Mm.
And it was just so soap opera too. Like, oh, I'm real. You're
Really, your brother.
your brother.
Where you been the whole time? You
Blah,
know our
blah,
dad's
blah.
dead. Dick.
Dude, we could have been doing laser tag.
Yeah.
You know,
Damn. Could have went to college together.
yeah, we would have had a
Damn.
great time.
Yeah. Had pizza parties. Dick. But instead, you were busy killing everybody that I care about. But again, not my least favorite. Not my least favorite.
I think the biggest problem with this one is it's a little long and it drags.
Holy shit, Adam! What?
It's-
You've never done that before?
I'm
What?
waving at Catalina.
Okay, I thought you were. It's like, damn, Adam really wants to say something. He's-
SOS.
I was like, shoot a flare. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
I mean, like, my biggest problem with this one is that it isn't necessarily like, it's not the worst one. That's 2. But it's the second worst one. And it's just because it's too effing long and it drags. It drags and drags. And, like, the payoff is not exactly that great.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, like, I think these movies are all so similar that I base them completely on the killers. Maybe that's just me.
That's like you said earlier. You know, does anybody base these movies on the killers? And it's
Very
it's
sim-
it's
Well,
hard
the
not
story
to.
as well, though.
It's
They're
hard not to
very
because
similar.
Story's gotta be
because
there.
that's where the climax is who's the killer? What are we doing? Why did they do it?
What? Sydney's mom pissed off a lot of people in her life.
No kidding.
Yeah.
She
Dang.
really
Look
is
at this-
just,
look at
Apparently,
this
she
one.
fucked a lot of. Excuse
Look at
me, a
this
lot
one.
of people in her life. Sorry, Liv.
she's just
at
the
this one.
typhoid Mary of slashers.
I don't know what she's doing. I don't know if
Hi,
Clint does either.
Catalina.
Catalina.
Hi.
Hi, Catalina.
Catalina.
Hello.
Catalina.
Catalina.
What the hell is that?
Hi,
Oh,
Catalina.
yeah, juice box. Hell
Dude, I want a
yes.
juice box.
Damn right.
Me too.
Why is she so stinking cute?
She's amazing. Everybody stop right now. Hold on. She has a juice box. We're watching her. We don't care about Scream right now.
Yeah. We want
All
to
right.
do spot.
20 years from now, Catalina and Liv are going to take over the Hamityville podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
We're
going to be in their
we're
I
will.
gonna
like that
pass-
idea.
That'll be in their will. We got
20
make sure
years.
we got
2
write
years.
that up. 2 years. Come on, man. I'll be dead. I'll be dead next week. We'll be all right. You can have it in the will. Third one definitely has its moments. Definitely has its ups. It has its downs. But you know what? Unlike the second one, this one's fun. Like the third one's a fun movie. And I will agree with Paul to an extent. It does kind of drag. But it's still a fun movie either way. So me, I have it ranked in the center. I got it ranked 3 out of 6. Clint, where you got it ranked? Here we go. Here's the divisiveness.
Let's see.
Here's where friendships end.
Probably 4.
Okay. Nicole?
I actually have a whole page of notes just on 3.
Holy shit.
Liv, I need your help, hon.
Possible? All right. Yep. Liv, you're
The first
you're
thing
the
I
expert.
noticed when Sydney grabbed her necklace and cut the guy, were those the Greek letters that she got from Derek in part 2?
Yes.
Yes.
I can answer
Liv,
that. Sorry.
were those the Greek letters?
Sorry. All right. I'm going to pee now.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
Bastards.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm 90% sure.
You all talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
The biggest thing that ruined 3 for me, I love the opening. I love what happened with Cotton. It was Gail. I wanted to just punch her in the neck the whole time.
Yeah.
She
Is
comes
Courtney
in.
Is Courtney Cox the worst actress in the world?
No, but whoever did the wardrobe and hair for part 3 needs to be stabbed by
No.
Ghostface.
Yeah,
I don't
not-
think she does any. I think
Totally
she just
agree.
memorizes
I'll be right back.
lines and shows up on set.
I wouldn't call her the worst. And I'll say it for this reason. Wes Craven originally didn't want to give her that role because he didn't think she could be nasty enough. Because she had been doing Friends at that point, and everybody saw her as that, and he didn't think that she could be like mean enough to be that character.
She also
I
danced
think
on
she
stage
came
with
across-
Bruce Springsteen and Dancing in the Dark.
Yeah. I think she came across correctly in these movies, but that's
I mean,
just
they
remember
feel- I
because I
mean,
didn't like her, and I don't think I'm supposed to like her. You know what I mean?
Oh, she's supposed to be like cutthroat reporter.
yeah, like just some advanced careerist person who has no soul, just like a corporate show.
The
Mm.
one of the things things that bothers me is her first scene. She comes on and she's in this bright yellow suit, acting all big, tough,
Looking
and
like
corporate.
April O'Neil.
Starburst.
Yeah, and her whole wardrobe through the whole movie is that bright, tough business, And then the final scene, she's in a nightgown with flowers in her hair.
Well,
Like, they're really her personality is gonna change that much?
well, they did say that Harvey Weinstein was a producer in this movie.
That is true. I thought there was too much music in the scary scenes. It just wasn't. Some of them would have been scarier if they were quiet.
Loud '90s rock music tends to take me out of
Exactly.
or life in general.
Yeah. I thought the bedroom murder scene with the body coming off the floor covered in the coroner tarp, I thought that was creepy. That was really creepy. That reminded me of the original Nightmare on Elm Street with Tina in the body bag.
The bag, yep.
Yeah. I liked that, but that's about it. It's last on my list. Hated 3.
I think it's kind of funny that Harvey Weinstein produced this, and like the whole plot of this was like a Me Too thing about a producer.
Yeah.
You
That
know,
got raped
like,
6 ways to Sunday, and
yeah.
It is interesting.
Autobiographical.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Confessing his sins.
yeah. Art imitating life.
meta.
Hmm.
But all right, so it is. I'm going to say it's my second favorite, just for the rewatchability.
Really,
I
it's your
think
favorite,
it's
Abby?
What's that?
It's your favorite?
It's my second favorite for the rewatchability. I think it's the most rewatchable of all of them. I can just watch it all the time. It's silly, it's goofy, it's over the top, and I don't know. It's fun for me. I think honestly, Parker Posey. I just love her. I love everything about her.
I like Parker Posey.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt. Was this the only one with one killer?
Yep.
Who was helping Roman? Nobody was helping Roman.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Oh, okay,
like
so it's the only one that only had one killer.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do like it for that.
Yeah.
It didn't like shoehorn two characters that would have nothing to do with each other, like Roseanne's sister and freaking
Just a kid in college.
And Raylan from Justified.
And Raylan.
yeah, and Raylan from Justified. Like, what the heck do they have? Like, how did they even?
Raylan Givens.
Yeah. I think
It was supposed to be that they bring back the one who plays Sydney, but they stopped that. She was supposed to come back from the dead to be the
I
second.
wonder how many
killer.
of these scripts were actually like supposed to be Sydney as the killer. Because you got to admit, I mean, after the first one, honestly, I mean, and we'll get to what
It would
somebody
just make
says.
sense for her to have her sleepaway camp moment where she freaking snaps,
but not get caught. Like have somebody else take the fall,
or have male genitalia,
yeah.
or have a penis.
but do everything else.
Yeah. I think for me, it's probably bottom for me. It's still good, but It's just a bit dull. There isn't much to enjoy. Parker Posey's good. Patrick Warburton's good, but other than that, I didn't really like the cast.
She did have good
Adam, what
camaraderie
the
with
fuck are
Courtney
you
Cox.
laughing at? Adam, what are you laughing at?
What Rob
I
is
love it.
saying right now, I kind of feel like that about every one of these movies, except the first one.
It's you know, and
Um,
it's true though. I mean, the first one just doesn't. It felt like the sharpest knife of the bunch, and I hate to make that a cliche,
Yeah,
but it
it's
felt
true.
like the
I mean,
sharpest
this
one.
is like Walmart, Dawson's Creek, Ross and Rachel horror.
This is
right
like
here.
Farberware.
This is Wish.com Scream.
Yeah,
No, this
and
is
they
Damn.
just wasted a
We're
really
really
good.
talking stab movies, yeah?
this is Ollie Market Scream.
And
They
Lance
wasted
Henriksen
a
Like
really
was
David
good
so
Swimmer, talking about
wasted.
stab movies, not scream movies.
You know, and I think that really separated it from the other ones, like the stab movies.
Don't
That's
you
all they
unfriend
brought
me,
up.
Claire? Don't you unfriend me?
Fuck you doing, Clint? Killing a
Movie
hornet?
within a movie.
So
Yeah, they wasted a really
large
good
client
premise on a really dumb, stupid killer.
Well, that's the thing. It's
And
like you could have made it. You
It's like,
could have made it work, but you didn't.
and the same thing, wasting some really good cameos and talent on.
Yeah. How do you have Carrie Fisher and Lance Henriksen in a movie, and they
Yeah,
not be the
and
killer?
not
One of them
use
should
them.
have been the killer.
And they
Yeah.
would have done it. You know, they would have done it.
100%. 100%.
Did they just not want to pay them?
I mean, you gotta.
Yeah, and it will be that. They just didn't want to pay them.
Well,
And
would
Molly
someone
can't
please
afford to
elaborate
pay
what
them.
what in the hell were Carrie Fisher and Lance Henriksen doing when this movie came out? I'm pretty sure I could have wrote a $25,000 check, and your ass would have been in this movie as the killer.
Yeah.
So I mean,
but
that's the thing.
I think the saddest thing about it is that it killed it for quite a number of years because it just,
I
you
think
know,
it did too.
it really put it to bed. Nobody liked it at the time. And I mean, how many years was it? 8 years before another one came
Yeah,
out.
7 or 8 years, I think. Yeah.
So this was like the Batman and Robin of.
Oh, god damn! Oh,
Ouch.
damn!
And that's why it's the bottom for
And
me.
now Adam is leaving. Yeah. Damn.
No, yeah.
The Batman and oh my god, that was good. That was a. Whew. Anyway, Bacon. Where's
Yes,
where
my
the hell's
dear.
Rich at?
Now, what's Rich doing?
He's
digging
got
hole?
a headache and he's not feeling too good. He is here, but the light's bothering him, so he's
Okay.
just kind of chilling.
I need
Alright,
proof
so-
of life.
So we're on 3, yeah?
Yep, we're on
Still.
three.
Right, so for me, for 3, Open is great. Roman's unnecessary. I feel he's the worst killer in the entire franchise.
I agree.
I feel it could have been anybody else and been 10 times better. One-liners are good. Purdy Parker, as we all say. You know, I kind of agree with everybody else. It comes to me as 5 out of 6.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. Paul and Liev. You've already
This
said,
is
dude.
5 out of 6 for me. I don't hate it, but I just find it to be a little bit boring.
Right. Liv,
Yeah.
what do you think?
This was probably my second least favorite movie in the entire franchise. I feel like I didn't really expect it, which is probably why I didn't like that there was only one killer. Gail's haircut looked worse than the time I cut my bangs. That was like the worst thing ever.
Why has she not been on any other Hangouts, Paul? Why you've kept her from us?
Yes.
She's usually
It's
busy
true.
doing other things, but this is like her. This is her favorite franchise.
Yeah.
We need,
getting
we
rave
need to get her
reviews,
second
Liv.
favorite franchise. She could be.
I
back
love
on here.
that.
This was actually my favorite, like, Sydney hairstyle that Sydney's ever had. Because honestly, Sydney's
Mine
bangs
too.
are kind of ugly.
Mine too. I agree.
I'm just saying.
I like.
It was the worst haircut for Gail, best haircut for Sydney, worst killer. It wasn't the best.
Damn, this girl's smart. God Almighty.
Definitely.
It's my
She's
mini
on it. She's got it. She's got it. Adam, obviously, yeah, you can say your piece. I don't like this
yeah,
movie.
just like I've said, I write these movies kind of based upon who the killers are, or killer, because they're so change the location a little bit, change a little bit of the story here and there, but the formula is
It's
the
right
formula is the formula. So
Right.
I always just go by the killer.
there. I felt
And
like Gail. I felt like Gail had too many chair shots.
yeah, she did have way too many chair shots. I hope I have too many chair shots one of these days. But yeah, but she just, it didn't pay off for me, and I think I like this one least than two, to be honest with you.
It
Um,
again. It's that's why we're doing this, because that I knew this was going to turn. I knew it was going to be the difference. But yeah, I mean, three is so divisive
It is.
across the board. Across the board. What is that? Abby.
Oh, me?
No, the other person
Roman-
playing with a
Whatever
boxing
it is, it's
kangaroo.
awesome.
Roman is
Who
such
else
a wet blanket.
Abby's had some fun with Ric Flair tonight.
That's
Ooh.
awesome.
Oh,
Oh
Ric
Lord.
Flair drip. Woo!
Mile High
Oh.
Club, huh?
Oh yeah. Don't get on that plane.
Unless you want a baby Rick. You
We'll
might.
hook you up. We'll hook you up with Vince.
You might want to. Some of those figure four leg locks are. Anyway,
They turn into figure eight like might be figure threes. Yeah, three is again, I think three is really divisive with people. I think a lot of people like it. I think a lot of people hate it. But obviously,
why
we know
can't they come up with some cool killers? Like
Well,
Billy and Stu were cool. But these other movies, they're just like it's story over substance, and it's just like,
We're only
boom,
at
all right,
3.
Here you go. Here are the killers. Oh, and you're like, oh,
And he's
okay,
only
that's
seen 4
really
of them.
them. Okay,
I
Okay.
you say so.
What did you say, Abby? He's only seen 4 of them.
Yeah,
Oh, it's okay. We'll don't worry.
I'm sure it gets better.
Oh no, it doesn't. Well, no, it doesn't.
Uh,
You
No.
guys
So
I'm sure
You're
5 and 6 are the freaking pinnacle of the franchise.
one of them may be, but I could tell you, we'll get there. So yeah. So again, Scream 3, very divided between the fan base. Let's go on to 4. So 4 was obviously an attempt to reboot the series. Still had your legacy characters.
So many years between 3 and 4, right?
Yeah.
Like, what was it?
I think Rob said what
They
was it? 8?
said it. Well, they said it was 10 years, I think, in the movie, but I'm not sure how long.
Let's find out.
Let's look
It
it up.
might have been 10 years.
Let's GTS it. Let's see. So Scream 3.
I think it was 11.
Scream 3 was 2000. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wow. It was 11 years.
wow.
That's now and all of us being horror enthusiasts, 11 years is enough to kill a franchise. If you don't
Yeah.
have something out by then, it's enough to kill it,
Yeah.
And I think honestly, maybe they were on the way out here. They tried to do something to get out of it. It was still Wes Craven, and I think, because this was his last directorial. And they tried to reboot it, and this one, it was almost like, who's yelling at us, Clint? Screen 3 was garbage. Come on, guys. Who's yelling at us that? Gotta know.
That's
All these Facebook users, why don't you sign in so we can see who the hell you are?
that's
Go
Chuck
sign up.
Daniels. That's
Who?
Chuck Nasty.
Chuck Nasty. Well, who the hell's that? I want to know that one. Can't eat it or fuck it, then kill. Is that Chuck?
Yes,
I
that's
figured.
Chuck.
All right.
Does Chuck know we have a minor in the group tonight?
I think Chuck
does
probably
not.
doesn't.
Who is that one?
That is Steve Morris.
Okay. Who's that one?
Chuck.
Jesus. All right. So we have a lot of
Yeah, he's not a fan of 3. Go figure.
Anyway, let's go. All right, so 4. I felt like it was a
Chuck, do you like Scream 3? Answer in the comments.
He did right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Scream 3 was garbage. Bam. It's a mess. Not a good.
Chuck, can you be more specific?
How do you be more specific than that?
Yeah.
I don't want. You know what? I'm not saying what
He said he liked Lance Henriksen.
I mean, yeah. So,
Just kidding,
4 was a decent return to the franchise. But I felt like they wasted the killer again. It was a family member again. Now that's one thing that they did twice.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
That's
They just can't get away
one
from
thing
it.
that should have never happened. You did it twice.
Her entire family was to kill her.
Yeah, you had 11 years to figure something different out, and you couldn't do it.
Like,
It's my niece now.
And then they do it again later.
I mean, granted, she is Nev Campbell, but I would still think that somebody in her family might like her.
Yeah, no shit. No shit.
It's the angel
I
of
mean,
death.
Scott Baio, Party of 5, can you please be in Scream 4 and like whatever you were in Party of 5? Sister, lover, whatever you were, like Nev Campbell, please. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Adam. Like, damn, like you had 11 years.
What's
to
even
figure it
more
out,
fuddled
and-
up then is that young girl then is sitting there at all those Thanksgivings and stuff, thinking about ways to kill her. You know, and
That
it's
electric
like-
turkey cutter looks pretty damn good right now. Look at that shift.
You know, it's like-
She was so angry about Sydney getting sympathy.
Oh my god!
all those
She
years,
decided-
you know, it's like
I really felt like this. They tried, like they really did. And I
This
like
is the one. It should have been the all-girl killers. It should have been Jill, and it should have been Hayden.
yeah
Kirby.
the way that it was
Yeah,
set
Kirby.
up. Yeah,
It should
100%.
have been all-girl killers.
100%.
They haven't done that yet.
No,
Right.
And I thought that's where
was
they
the
were going.
opportunity. They should have done it.
100%.
Yeah.
100% agree.
That would have made it different, a little different. Anyway,
Yeah. Although I would have liked it if they cast James Vanderbeek as the killer. That would be cool.
me too.
I would have too.
Because he wouldn't even need a ghost face.
Hell no. Just walk around and look at people.
You
You
just get
ugly
that
fuck.
Dawson's crying face.
You ugly fudge.
His
Yeah.
face is so
Fudge.
long.
Oh, his face like a yardstick. He's a human yardstick.
It's like Ash in Army of Darkness.
No, he's like Alec Baldwin in Beetlejuice.
that's Bruce Campbell as the killer. There you go.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, you know what?
Somewhere.
They
Yeah.
will
Movie.
cast Bruce Campbell, but it ain't
Where did he
something
go
else,
from
okay.
Dark Man?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it, Adam. I love it.
Yeah.
James Vanderbeek is the human yardstick. Bam.
Plastic Man.
Plastic
So,
man.
So
What do you think, Clint? What do you think, baby?
I did not hate number 4. 4 was good. The thing that bugged me is I guessed a little too soon who it was. You know what I mean? And like you said, they did another family member reveal, and that kind of killed it for me. Like I was totally in it right up to that point, you know. But so it hits a little lower on my list because of it. I mean, I know that's not shared by everybody here,
You're
but
justified.
that's kind of the way I
You're-
feel about it.
You're justified because it's like I said, you did something twice. That's one thing Scream up to this point had never done. It had always done something different.
Yeah.
And then bam, it was like, oh, we're gonna go family member again. Now you've repeated your own mishap. Now let me ask you,
First time it was her family member
right?
instead of somebody's
Somebody
family
else's.
member that her mom you know,
Correct.
messed
When
up.
I'm going to get everybody's
Fig
opinion, and I want to come back around.
Fig nuded, yeah.
Fig nuded, yeah, you got fig nuded.
Her
I
mom
want
fig
to
nuded that
get
guy.
an opinion from everybody when we go around. So, Clint, you said you don't hate it. Nicole, what do you think?
This is my
Part four-
favorite.
No.
Always try to guess what she's gonna do.
I've never been a big fan of the franchise to begin with, but after watching all of them recently, I have a new appreciation for them.
Right.
For going back in my memory from the first time I saw it many years ago, 4 was my least favorite. It's moved up on the list. It has. I hate Emma Roberts.
Yeah, I'm not a
If
big Emma
anything
Roberts
ruined this
fan.
movie for me, it was her. They could have cast anybody else but her.
Jerry O'Connell could have been.
Jerry O'Connell could have been her cousin or niece or whatever the fuck she was. I'm not a fan of Marley Shelton in this role
Right.
as what Judge Judy or whoever the hell she was.
Yeah. Damn, Judge Judy.
What's her name? It was
Nice
Judy,
name.
right?
Yes, Judy.
That's Judy.
I love
Judy
the name.
Hicks.
I don't like her as Judge Judy.
I love Rory Culkin. I do. I think he's underrated.
Yeah, he's very underrated.
He's completely underrated. I loved his character in this.
Yeah.
The door stab. Liv, maybe you can answer this for me. The woman that got stabbed through the front door. Was that Emma? Was that Emma Roberts' mother?
Yes.
And that was Maureen's Sydney's father's sister.
It was Maureen's Prescott's
Maureen's
sister.
sister.
Oh, okay, so it was her mother's sister. Okay.
See, right there. When we have to have a family tree like that, now you're getting too convoluted.
Yeah,
You're just
I
getting
didn't
too
like the
much.
whole family thing again. I want I want a Mythbusters on how the one cop died with the knife in his head.
When he got the knife in his head and then just
Could you possibly pull that knife out and get up and walk 15 feet?
He didn't really walk though,
It was
did he?
Anthony.
He kind
It
of,
was yeah.
He annoys
yes, it
me.
was.
He's annoying.
But he kind of didn't
That I
walk.
had a
He
problem
kind of
with.
stumbled and fell over. He didn't really walk.
If he wouldn't have
Neurons
pulled the
still
knife out,
working, like the chicken head thing.
Yeah.
Probably. I felt like he should have just left it there. He would have
Yeah.
probably lived longer. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I know where you're coming from there.
Might be possible. Getting stabbed in the front of the head like that. Stab him in the back around the medulla oblongata. Probably not.
Something wrong with you.
It's game over. Clint, we should try this. I'll get a new co-host. Notice
This is when Ryan should be here to answer the medical questions.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean it's possible because I think I've seen if you get your head cut off, you got 20 seconds, and you still see what's happening.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Well,
I thought Sydney was great in this one.
Who did you think was great?
Sydney. I thought
Nev Campbell. Yeah, she was.
the way she fought back, like she didn't hesitate leaving her house and going across the street to help this other girl. Like she was breaking through the window, and she really she must have taken some kung fu lessons or something because she I liked her. She got a lot tougher.
Judo
in
or
this
something.
Well,
man.
yeah,
She was throwing that guy.
I like
Yeah.
to call this rippled out.
Yeah.
She was
Or like
rippled
Sarah
out at
Connored
this
out.
point.
You know,
Here's my thing. And Liv, I'm sorry, cover your ears. Why don't you have a fucking gun? Again, why don't you have a fucking gun on you?
It kills him 5.
I mean, shit.
This is in California. You know how hard it is to get a gun in California?
That's okay. Touche.
I would have no idea actually.
Touche. I'll give you that.
Oh, and what happened to the cop from part 3? Did she break up with him? Did he vanish? What?
Oh no, we find out about him later.
No, she married him.
She marries him.
That's in 5, yeah.
Oh, that's the one she marries.
That's
Okay.
Mark.
Oh,
That's
okay.
I always thought that was a neat little when I heard her
Mark
say
Kincaid.
Mark Kincaid. Yep.
Hey.
Huh. See, this is why I'm here, to get all these things that I didn't catch the first 2 times I watched them. Because I'm missing a lot, apparently.
Liv's traumatized. Although she seems like she's having fun with that beanie on. Yeah.
But I love the ending of every movie. They surprise me at every movie. Every single one.
I was surprised, but I was still disappointed because it was a family member again. And
But you got to admit, the paddles on the head at the end were.
this one had some of the most inventive kills, without a doubt.
Any final words? Yeah,
And
clear.
that's one thing we
That was
haven't
great.
brought up until this point is the kills. I love the kills in the first one. Obviously, the garage door.
Mhm. Original.
The scissors, yeah, very original.
Yeah.
2, The only good kill I liked was when the guy got the beam through the head when he crashed in a construction site. That was pretty badass.
Yeah.
3.
No, because you got him.
Oh boy, I don't know.
I like Parker Posey's death in 3.
Parker Posey's death is pretty amazing.
Behind the two-way mirror thing. I like that.
I like Jane McCarthy's death too. She gets thrown through the door and just boom.
Yeah.
But it
wasn't killed soon enough.
But all of them, true. But all of them were generic in 3. There was just stab.
Yeah.
4 at least brought it. Let's be a little more inventive.
Yeah. And I appreciated the fact that this time Dewey didn't get stabbed. He just got beat in the face with a bedpan.
Yeah, he gets hit in the face with a knife handle in the third one. Then he gets hit with a bedpan in this one.
Dewdrop.
Old Dewdrop. Buddy. No, Dewdrop. I'm head of security.
I love that dude.
That dude's great.
The Tick.
The Tick. Joe from Family Guy.
He'll always be from Seinfeld.
Oh, absolutely. Putty from yes. Let's not get too off track. We'll have a Seinfeld hangout at some point. I don't know if that even falls.
That will never happen.
That will never happen.
It won't never happen.
Because then,
You're not lying.
I have to watch all 10 seasons of Seinfeld.
I'm okay. Are you okay with this? Because I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Why? You
I
don't
don't
like
want
Seinfeld?
I don't want a Seinfeld hangout.
Oh shit! All right, damn. Well, I won't send you a new.
I can't even watch 4 movies in a week. You want me to watch 6?
That's true. Nobody can do that apparently. God Almighty. Yeah. So, where we at? Nicole, Abby.
So, I again saw this one in the theaters. I think I've seen all of them in the theaters. I get excited every time a new one comes out. I love this franchise. So like I said, even when they're not great, I still enjoy myself with them. I also don't like what's her face Emma Roberts. She just irks me and I don't know why. Not this irks me like Jerry O'Connell irks me. I don't necessarily want to punch her in the face. I just want to lock her outside in the snow.
No.
I don't know. I just
Don't do
Jesus
that.
Christ. It's supposed to be like the opening of the Flintstones.
yeah, I just
No.
outside.
with a little water
Don't do that.
milk full out there. But I did like Kirby. I like
I did like Hayden Panettiere in this movie. She was very likable.
she was not the cheerleader, which I liked.
She's always like
Right, and I enjoyed that. I did like the kills. I don't know. I enjoyed it. It's not my favorite, but it goes between my third and fourth favorite.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Rob, what do you think, baby?
It's mid-table for me. This was the point where I started being able to work out the killers when they were casted.
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, it is.
It's really easy just to guess now who they are. As soon as you see them, and again, similar to what everyone else is saying. I mean, the actual premise of who the killers were. Yes, the family thing's been done to death, so take that away. But the idea itself wasn't too bad. Of making it that somebody was setting it up to be the hero and
Their 15
throwing
minutes.
themselves at the table and get their 15 minutes of fame and stuff like that.
Right.
Yep.
That was okay. And the family thing worked in that if they hadn't already done Roman.
That's the
Yeah.
They already went to that well.
Yep, right there.
Yeah, and that's what ruined it. But again, if you had different actress, Culkin was fine, but Emma Roberts wasn't that person to do that. There were plenty of others who could have done it much better.
Yeah.
And
She
more
was the
relatable and more
girl,
likable.
I think.
And again, Kirby, best thing to come out of it. But it's just very meh as a
That's where I'm at.
movie.
It was just.
But it's not worse than
It's
2
not the
or
worst.
3.
No.
It's
No.
pizza.
God damn
and
it,
it is
Abby. Yes,
influential on what
pizza.
comes after.
I love pizza.
Yeah.
I love pizza.
I love
don't love
pizza
scrambled.
too.
But because it's influential on what comes after, which is obviously higher up the list now.
Right.
Obviously, it deserves to be higher. So
With
Yeah,
with
that's-
where, and we'll get to that. We'll get to these core four here in a couple seconds or a couple minutes. Claire, what do you think about 4, love?
Honestly,
Yep.
I disagree with all of you. I'm hoping Paul's going to help me out here a little bit. I feel Paul is good. Yeah, I feel Paul's got my back a little bit here. 4, open as the fake out with the whole stab backstory, the story within story, fourth wall break. I love that. Nothing grabbed my attention more than one. That's not to say when I saw the ones of 5 and 6, it wasn't better for me. But Jill for me, the commitment as a killer and the Charlie thing, it's meta. That's the whole point. Is it not? I mean, it's an unpopular opinion, like obviously I've realised, but I feel Paul backed me up. I feel he feels the same as me. 4 is actually really important to the whole franchise. It's actually, for me, it's on a par with 1, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Claire. 4 is my number 2
Thank you.
in the whole franchise. It has the best final act in the entire franchise. Everything from recreating the opening of Scream 1
Thank you.
to what happens in the hospital. It's fantastic. The Fight Club beating the shit out of herself thing. It's so good. I don't give a shit if she's her cousin or not. It makes sense. She sees Sydney's getting money.
As a killer, her whole commitment.
Every
to
family
that.
member that ever
Yeah.
becomes jealous of you
Agreed.
eventually tries to kill you.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Well, 4 gave me a new
But,
appreciation for the whole series.
But like,
That's why I stay in the basement.
I mean, I put off seeing this one because I disliked 2 and 3.
I think a lot of people did. I think when a lot of people
And
saw
then
this
I
coming,
kinda went back to it. It was free on some streaming service or something like that. I watched it for the first time. I'm like, damn, this is a really good Scream movie.
you know what? And you know what? You say that. You know what's really funny about this one? And I don't know if anybody else has noticed. This is the only one you cannot stream. I don't know what it is, but you have to buy this movie. It is nowhere.
I actually bought it on Amazon Prime.
You
I'll
can
be
buy
honest,
it.
I
You
couldn't
can
find
you
it.
can buy
I
it
read
no
on
problem,
Amazon
but
Prime for a couple
you
of years.
you cannot watch this movie for free. Maybe
It goes in
YouTube.
cycles.
Beg pardon? Crackles?
It goes in cycles. Like
Okay.
you'll be able to stream it.
I know I haven't
somewhere
seen it. I
eventually.
know I haven't
It's
seen
on
it in a
Paramount
while.
Plus now, I think.
It's just because the new ones just come out. They
That's what I
make you
figured.
buy them. Yeah,
I mean,
they make
4
you
is
buy
my
them because they
go-to.
know everyone's going to try
Yeah,
and
4,
rewatch.
4 is so good. It's so entertaining.
It's my go-to.
The kills in it are great. The things are. It's like what a great swan song for Wes Craven.
I will say
Nothing
that.
is as strong as the opening to Scream 1, but
Right.
that final act is so freaking good.
The whole commitment to
What a
setting
year
up
of
the scene by
presents
Jill,
for
I know you agree,
This is the
is
best movie.
absolutely outstanding.
Claire,
I actually felt
Claire
bad for
agrees with
Charlie.
you too.
Yeah, I felt bad for Charlie. There you go. Like I'm like, that's the one character
Same.
to this point. I'm like, dude, I want this guy to bang somebody or something because man, he's gonna die. There ain't no doubt in my mind this cat's gonna die by the end of it. But you
Yeah.
sympathize.
You hear it in 4. This time Randy gets the girl. That's the point.
Bingo.
And
Yeah.
he doesn't. It's the switch. It's what Scream does best.
Exactly.
And 4, it kind of makes it right for me.
Right. It's like the one person that you think shouldn't be the killer is the killer. And it has
Yeah.
its good. I just, again, my big thing.
And Kirby. Kirby, you know.
I'm
Kirby rolls.
almost with Paul. Like, I don't really give a shit that it's a family member. I just wish they wouldn't have done that part because they already had done it. if it would have been something totally different, like if Kirby would have been the killer or
But
something
it's
like
meta.
that. I know. Again, it's not my worst one. Not my favorite one.
Meta doesn't automatically save it.
It doesn't. And
It
people use
doesn't,
that.
but it's the one that wants to align itself with the original.
Well, yeah, until it's
ahead.
meta until we
Nick
get
wants
to.
to talk about this.
Oh,
Please,
well,
by all means, everybody, shut the fudge up.
I thought that Gail's character in this was a lot better than like any of the ones that you've seen in like any of the like other movies. I think Gail was actually really good in this. Kirby was one of my favorites. I was on YouTube and I saw this thing and it's like, oh, Kirby's the best character. You have to watch this movie, whatever. I'm like, I have to watch this. And then when I watched it, I thought that it had the best killers in it, actually. Jill was my favorite killer, like, ever. Because I think Jill had, like, I think Jill's better than Sydney sometimes, because Sydney's just there. She's a main character, everyone loves her, but, like, Jill's so much better. Like, why, like, in the family, I thought Jill would, like, be favorite, because, number one, she's younger, and, like, she's perfect. And, like,
She's younger,
why would anyone hate Jill, except for the fact that she's a psychopath?
Psycho.
Why would anyone hate her?
But she's so good at being a psychopath.
I'll
That's
tell you
the
what,
point. She's great.
As far as my
Yeah.
family goes, the younger people are definitely liked more. So
Oh,
that's
they're more.
true.
Yeah, you're more psycho without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
I loved her character. I just wish she was cast differently.
Yeah.
Where if you do
But she
Hangouts
looks
anymore, Paul,
like
you
she
have to
could
bring
be
her.
related to Nev Campbell.
I'm sorry, say that again, Paul?
She looks like she could be related to Nev Campbell.
Oh,
True.
yeah,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
And,
Without a doubt.
you know, like Nev Campbell is kind of annoying. I'm not going to lie. You know, and she's not my favorite actress, you know, by far. I love, you know, even if with me loving Scream 1, 4, 5, and, well, she's not in 6. But I, you know, like, I love The Craft.
Oh,
She's not
100%.
a great actress because she can't cry. And she's just like, she's not exactly likable. You know, like it makes no sense that someone as awesome as Tatum was hanging out with Sydney.
Yeah, I do
Damn,
agree.
yeah, you ain't lying there. Like,
Yeah,
I do agree.
like she was just. I mean, I didn't know her before her mother died, but like, you know, after, you know, her mother was killed by Cotton Weary, you know, I don't know.
I think that honestly, when you're the main character and you've had stuff happen to you in the past, you have a right to be a little bit self-centered. But Sidney Prescott is the most self-centered movie character I've ever seen.
oh my God, where has this girl been? Where
Love
where has
this
she
girl.
been?
I love her.
Girl's got a point.
Yeah.
She
I can't. She's annoying.
let's
And the fact that Nev Campbell left Scream just because she wanted money was ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous.
damn it, she claps with it. Damn, this is serious right now. I will echo everything that you just said 1,000%. And let me add on to that. I wish that it would have went like this. I wish it would have been 1, 2, 3, and then Sydney's story was over, and then have 4, 5, 6, and then that would be the end. Because at that point in the game, she would have been done. You wouldn't have had all this, like you said, with the money, the popularity, the self-centeredness. You wouldn't have had it. It would have been over. And I think it would have been more consistent with the series because, again, you had everybody in 4. You had Dewey, you had Gail, you had Sydney. It kind of throws the balance off because now you have to make a 7th movie. If you would have had 1, 2, 3, and it would have ended that, and we would have been done with that character. You could have had 4, 5, and 6, and it would have been. I think it would be a better new trilogy, as they call it. That's
Well,
just
she had
me.
the perfect ending shot in 3. You know, that was the perfect end for her. You know,
You found out that
shot, that music.
you found out your estranged brother was the murderer. You found out everything about your mother. You found out everything about
her family's the worst.
Yeah,
her
you
family's
found out.
But she was free. She was
Yeah.
free. She opened the door.
Her mother's
that
sleeping
was
with
it.
people,
She had a
creating
bloke.
killers.
Yep. Adam's right. Adam's 100% right.
And
And you're
and
done.
Everyone creating killers, and it's just like the big bang of killers over at Sydney's house.
Yep. So guess what? We're done. Game over. Sydney's
And they're
story's
worse
done with
families
three.
than hers, and so far they haven't had any serial killers.
Right. This is very true. Paul, anytime you come on these hangouts, you have to bring her because she's amazing. She has very good insight. Adam, what do you think with your Castle Grayskull on the back, which I love?
Well, I'm going to sign off after this one because I haven't seen 5 or 6.
No, you're not. You could sit right here with us.
Well, then he's going to get spoiled.
We'll break it down for you.
Well, I'm gonna leave that time for people that have seen the movies.
You're important to us.
I just for I don't have anything spectacular to say. Again, I wish that they had gone with the dual female killer route. I think that would have been cool.
I do too.
I think that was a wasted opportunity. Other than that, you know, I don't have a lot to say about this movie. I think this franchise is the Bed Bath and Beyond of horror.
Damn.
I don't think it's original. And that's at its worst. At its best. At its best, it's American Giallo.
That's a T-shirt.
You couldn't say Home Goods,
but in between, there's nothing that interests me. It's just rinse and repeat. It's put the same characters in the same similar situations with different people that decide to go as Ghostface. Tell you what, you know what would make this franchise a little bit interesting is if Ghostface won every once in a while. Like the Strangers. Like, why do people keep taking up the mantle if they lose every single freaking time?
that's my thing.
Yeah.
That's
Like, why
my
do they
big thing,
keep
too.
doing that?
Yeah.
Why do
Like-
you keep taking up the mantle of losers?
Well,
But then,
I mean, we're not all Brown fans.
Myers is like an unkillable, and Jason are unkillable. In these movies,
You've
it's
killed
the
every
heroes
one of
that are
them.
unkillable.
You've
know,
killed every one of them. Every one of them has died. Every one of them. Yes, including the boxing kangaroo, Abby.
Well,
But-
part
I
four.
suppose the idea is unkillable.
You know,
Yeah.
and Adam brings it up more poignantly than we've brought up is the fact that and I was going to bring it up with the next one, but you're falling into the trap that you set out not to fall into, being mundane, being unoriginal, being vanilla. That was the one thing that the first one brought to the table that nobody else did. It was something different. And then you had 2. Now, again, we all feel how we feel about 2, but it's still, to this point, was a little different than other things, other movies. 3, again, differences. 4, again, differences. But it all comes down to the fact that you've had 4 movies now. Your first one was a cult classic. It redefined slashers 100%. From 2 to where we are now has done nothing different. It's been the same shit
but
over and over again.
It's like it's Transformers.
It's like everything else. It's like Friday the 13th, Halloween. It's the same thing. What are you doing differently? You can only
The
take
only thing
somebody.
that's ever different is the killer at the end.
Yeah, that's it. And like you said, that's what you go and pay the ticket price for to go
And I
find out who
get
to
it.
kill. Oh shit, there's another ghost face. I wonder who it is this time. You know
I
what mean?
agree with.
What did Maureen's mom? What did Sydney's mom do to piss this person off?
Yeah,
Who
right.
did she sleep with in this situation?
Right. Right.
You know, it's just
I
can
I'm
only
with you.
suspend disbelief so much.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that one, man. I really am, because at some point, even with these new reboots 5 and 6, it's still the same thing.
No, I haven't
just-
seen
At
them.
some point, it becomes Scooby Doo.
Well,
That's
and that's the
exactly
thing. It's
what
like,
it is.
yeah, it's like
They might as
how
well
many-
have that van.
How many times do I have to
tie-dye
unmask
van.
somebody? How many times do I have to say, "Oh, well, I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you asshole teenagers that decided to come after me"? You know, I mean, and that's the thing. And I like the analogy, the Scooby Doo thing. Let's take the mask off and see who it is this time.
Right.
And
There's like mythology that's lost.
That's
when
the
it's,
thing.
when it's somebody different every single
Every
time.
single time. It's like, so it's the same character, but it's somebody different. It's like, so when are we gonna?
And it just becomes more and more implausible with
Right.
every film you make.
Well, like you said, it's the same person getting their ass kicked every single time. So does somebody want to do something different? We would just want to keep being Ghostface and getting
Let's
shot,
just
getting
keep-
stabbed.
You know, the last 5 times this didn't work, but
Yeah.
this is sixth
The
time.
sixth
is the
time
charm.
it might work. We have a grungy ass looking mask, and we're in New York. Maybe it'll work this time.
Anyway,
Probably not.
you know, horror. is
You all
subjective,
done?
and-
Oh shit! Yeah, sorry, Claire's here. We should probably mute her.
I might have to stick
Letting you
around
get it
now
all
just
out
to see
your
what she
system,
said.
like, you know.
I don't. You know, I
didn't
don't
say anything about you.
No, I
personally.
don't have a problem with this franchise. I have a problem with the way the franchise has gone, because it was so different from 1 to where we are now. That's the biggest indirection that I'm complaining
I'll
about.
mute myself and let Claire tee off on me.
Okay, I mute myself too.
Right. All I'll say,
Claire, you tell me to mute myself.
for my
I'm not muting
point
myself.
is-
I'm the host.
I feel what I said earlier is we're missing the point. It is about the Scooby-Doo ending. The entire thing, from start to finish, is about the Scooby-Doo ending. It's not supposed to be serious. It never has been from the beginning. It's about the Scooby. That's the thing about Scream movies. It is always the same thing with a mask, and it's like you rip it off, and it's like we would have got away with it if it weren't for you damn kids. That's the whole point. I feel a lot of people are missing the point.
If that's the point, it's a dull point. I don't know if I-
And it might be, but it appeals to like an audience in between Scooby Doo and horror.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
No, it's a good. It's a good.
Could you
It
imagine
might
if Scooby-Doo
be
was a
very
horror
much
movie? That would be
like
badass.
the Brady Bunch
Yeah.
version of horror,
There-
but there's something kind of nice about that.
They're comfort movies.
Yeah, then perhaps it's poorly
Thank
executed at times. Then poorly executed.
Yeah, there you go. I'm not.
So they're
I'm not
like
gonna-
Fear
They
Street.
may
then.
live
They're
on
like a
Fear
Fear
Street
Street.
thing.
They're like a Fear Street. too.
Yes.
Here we go. Here's
No, there's nothing wrong with a Fear
This is
Street
exactly
stuff.
what I was waiting
No,
for.
I'm not
right
saying
here.
that there is, but that's what we're saying that it is. Then
Here's
But
here's what I
that's
was
kind of
waiting
why
for.
we liked it in the first one. That was the point.
I don't think there's
And yet,
any,
there's been
there's
bad
nobody.
ones and bad
Again,
ways and
we
bad
have to rank
killers.
these. We have to rank these. There's no bad Scream movie. Let's face it. There's just
Oh,
less.
there is.
liked-
Two's terrible.
There's just
There is
less liked
really bad.
Scream movies than others.
I think
Are they
six is
bad?
terrible.
Yeah, they're fucking bad.
They're
But at
meant
the
to
same-
be
but at
bad to me.
But at the same time, it's like is
No, I think we're going on the Screen 5.
we're going on. We're going on Scream 5.
Yeah,
This is-
please.
But I knew once we hit this point, this is where the decisiveness was going to come down to, where it was going to be between where do we go from here and what has been done wrong and what has
Where
been
did
done
you
right.
come from? Where did you go?
Yeah,
Where
Cotton
did
Eye
you come
Joe.
from?
Cotton Eye Joe.
Dude, why
That's-
didn't Cotton Eye Joe ever come back to this?
That's and you know what? And that's because he fucking died in 3.
They got sliced and diced.
Did he?
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
He could have come back as Cotton Eye Joe the killer.
With one.
Can I get
eyeball.
Liv's opinion on something real quick?
No.
Whose?
Yes,
Yes, of
absolutely.
course.
Liv's.
I know where you're going.
Go. Of course.
I do agree with Adam that I think at one point they should have let the killer get away. Because it is, and that's one of the reasons I never fell in love with this series, because it's the same movie over and over, just different killers. And I was thinking about part 4, and as much as I love the final hospital scene, how much better would it have been if Sydney was in a coma and Dewey found out that Jill was the killer and ran into her room and she wasn't there, and we see her like walking out of the hospital, getting away with it.
Yeah,
Like,
how about that, Liv?
to me, that would have been a better ending. It would have left some,
I'm right there.
Yeah,
It would have left.
It would have been
with some-
different.
Yeah, it would have been.
Um,
You would have been left guessing. That's the
Yeah.
one, and that's the
She's
one
still out
thing.
there.
That's the one thing that, and let's face it. I mean, the first and second one, as much as everybody wants to shit on a second one, still left you guessing. Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like,
And then bring her back as the killer in 6 or something.
yeah, like somebody off the wall. I mean, at least then it would have been something you wouldn't have seen coming. That's again,
Right.
everybody said it. Rob said it right off the bat. Scream 2. I know who the killers are right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Bam. It's like, well, clearly you're not doing your job, because in the first one you could kind of tell, but you didn't really know, and then you found out, and like, well, shit. Okay.
Well, in the first one, you're thinking that it's one killer.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And I'm
Yeah,
still with
like-
Adam. I'm still with Adam with I think that 4 should have been 2 female killers. It would have been so different. Everybody would have been like, oh shit.
It would have
Or
made it so different.
let it be Jill's mom. That would have been amazing. That would have been
Yeah.
awesome. And it would have made sense.
They should have done the Billy and Stu, but for
But for
fingers.
girls.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Or father or mother daughter. Imagine that.
Yeah,
Jill
mother
and her
daughter would have
mom.
been brilliant.
It would have made sense
I
too.
want
Yeah.
two people that have an organic chemistry in relationship aside from, let's go,
Well, you can't get any more organic than a
Torture,
mother daughter right there. Can you?
Sydney. Yeah, but like the rest of the franchise is like 2 random people that decides to get together.
Now, I will tell you, the next 2 that we
Oh,
talk
always
about,
let's avenge someone.
if you don't want spoilers, the next 2 we talk about.
But like Billy and Stu were like buds.
That's, I mean, they're your, there's your measuring bar. That's the
But
bar right
They
there.
never
can I
got
just
any
say-
better than that. 6 films, and they never got any better than that.
That
They
I
never
will
got
agree with.
any better than that. 6
I'll say
movies.
again, I
6
feel
movies.
the duo stuff, the point of 4's been missed. The fact it's Jill's manipulation of Charlie that is the story of the 2 killers. It's not about a buddy relationship. It's not even as subtle as Billy and Stu's going to get it eventually. It's like from the start, Jill is going to kill Charlie, and he was just a tool for the entire thing.
Yeah.
Now, Liv, do you think that by part 4 that they should have had the killer get away with it?
it would honestly make it like 5 would be a cliffhanger to like 4. Like it would be like a cliffhanger ending.
Adam,
Yeah.
you're on a podcast for that button.
I don't think that they should have let them get away with it because I think it's fun, like just like knowing who it is at the end, and then you see the end with their face, and they're like, "Oh, why did I do this? Now I regret my life."
Damn, I regret my life.
I
My
think
life
it's good
decisions
on
were
watching
not the
Word
best.
Ralph, whatever.
They could still get away with it though.
Yeah, it's just like I don't
I don't
really
think that there's
know.
enough forward planning to have a killer get away with it, to have a sequel, because these stories work as mysteries.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
and
think
that's
you
what I
can
love about like
imagine, Ghostface from a mystery movie to a mainstay slasher like Friday the 13th.
right.
Scooby-Doo
I
ending.
guess the only way you're ever going to see that is I wouldn't be shocked if
I mean,
7 and 8 are
I
suddenly
think
filmed
they're
back
already
to back.
considered that, aren't they? I mean,
Yeah.
you already see Ghostface in murals with Michael Myers and Freddy and Jason. I mean,
Yeah, look at my goddamn shirt.
You
I mean, I got a
do,
shirt
but
that's got
it's the
Leatherface,
costume.
Michael Myers, Jason, and
it's what?
It's just the costume. But I think in this one, I mean, I think they're like, especially in 6, they're alluding to a Ghostface cult, and I think that's how 7's gonna go.
Yeah.
That would
But I
be.
think if we're ever going to have like a cliffhanger or something where, you know, the killer gets away with it or something like that, it's going to be you'll know when they start filming back to back.
Just bring
And
Stu
I
back.
have a feeling
Last
7 and 8
one,
will do that.
I'm with you. Bring Stu back.
Last
They've already
one,
said it.
Stu is the killer. Last
Man.
one.
How are they going to bring him
Stu back.
back?
Have we got into
I
5
don't
yet?
remember how he was killed in the first
He got
one.
the TV dropped on his head.
The
People can
TV
survive
got
that. Jesus
thrown
Christ.
on his head.
Yeah,
There's
we've
like-
seen worse things.
Yeah,
We've
seen worse
seen
things.
worse people.
Yeah.
We saw a
situations
cop get a
people
knife
come out of
Not
it.
in
Michael.
his
Yeah,
brain.
someone cops get a knife in the head and run around for a
Their
minute.
heads completely chopped off and be
Well, they're
absolutely fine.
not.
But
They're not Michael Myers until they are. They're not Jason Voorhees until they are.
Adam makes
Right?
a very good point here. They
I
didn't
mean,
get struck by lightning.
I
so
can't
they're
believe
not
they
Michael
haven't
Myers
gone
and different.
supernatural with this series.
Michael
even once.
Myers and Jason Voorhees.
Why wouldn't they go supernatural one time? They should. Somebody should.
Or they should go to space.
Like,
Oh,
does it
God.
have to be like Walmart losers?
Did we
just
even get
doors
to
every
5?
single freaking
We're
time?
getting to
yet.
5.
No.
Relax.
No, I'm gonna.
Adam, we gotta get a podcast set up because we gotta get our other podcast out. It's gonna.
I know. All right. Hey, love you guys. I haven't seen the next 2 movies, so I'm gonna piece to let the people that have
Still
seen it
stay.
have.
He can. He
Well,
won't.
I have nothing to say about them, but I want to say one thing.
Yes, sir.
I want to say Liv did a 100% awesome job tonight.
Yes, she
is my niece,
Yes, she
and
is.
she makes me so proud every day. And she made me so proud tonight
Damn.
just listening
That is
to her talk about these movies. So she's fantastic, and
Phenomenal.
I can't wait
Happy
to see her
birthday,
again.
Uncle Adam.
Damn.
Yeah, happy birthday, Adam.
brother.
Thank you guys. Thanks.
Love you,
Happy
brother.
birthday, dude.
Liv, I'll see you soon, and everyone else, I love you, and I'll see you again.
All right, brother.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you, Adam.
Bye.
Set.
All righty. I love Adam to death. God damn it.
I do too.
Stayed. He could have stayed.
Yeah.
All right. So let's bust into the core 4 part of the franchise. Scream 5.
Mm-hmm.
Now. Oh boy. Here's where man, I can't wait for this. Can I wait? This is where everybody's gonna hate everybody. So this is my second favorite Scream. And the reason being is because of Scream 4. It was so different than any other Scream. Let's put it that way until this point. It was so different. And it brought back what made Scream. It brought it back down to earth. It brought it back down to, hey, you know what? There's a killer. We don't know who it is, obviously. New set of rules. Sydney wasn't, and I think Neve Campbell not being front and center, I think helped these next movies out.
Passing the torch.
What did you say?
Passing the torch.
Yeah, exactly. Passing the torch. Exactly. Now, I will say, it's not a perfect Scream movie by any stretch of the imagination, but it's as good as you're going to get compared to the first one. And I say that just because it's okay. Here's an analogy that I'm going to get crucified for because I thought of it earlier, and this is what I thought about. So, Scream 5 is to Scream 1 how Star Wars A New Hope is to Force Awakens. The way that it comes back full circle and reboots itself.
Yeah.
That's what 4 didn't do. 5 did it. Because it still had your legacy characters in it. It still had Sydney and Gale and Dewey. But this time, there was a wild card. And spoiler alert for anybody out there, a legacy character does die, and if you watch my intro video, you know exactly who it is. So Dewey dies in this one for real. So that changes the game right there, because again, up until 4, you still didn't have it. You still had all 3. You had Sydney, Dewey, Gail. Gail came close in the farmhouse, but she didn't die. In 5, Dewey dies, and he dies in a pretty amazing spectacle. Pretty much getting stabbed in the gut, stabbed in the back, and just going up. So then you realize that, hey, guess what? Ain't nobody safe in this one. Or you don't think. But it changed the game. I mean, it did. Now, do I think that if I go back, do I think Dewey should have died in 2? Yeah, you know why? For one reason, because Gail was right there when he got stabbed. So it would have meant a lot more. The way that he died in 5, there was nobody around. He was just there. He was just in the hospital. Nobody was around, just boop, boop, done. And Gail had to find out when he got carried out in the body bag. That's pretty shitty. Like, she should have been front and center somewhere and saw that. That just would have made it more emotional.
I saw it as he sacrificed himself.
That's what I was getting at.
He stuffed them into an elevator
Yeah.
to face off with the killer.
Yeah, he knew what was going to happen.
Knowing he wasn't going to make it out.
Right. He knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But 5, I just feel like it just brought something. It just felt different. It just felt like, hey, we're moving on now. We're going in a different direction than, Gail and Dewey and Sydney, and we're bringing new characters in. Are they better than the originals? That's debatable. But I like the fact that Samantha gets brought in. It's Billy Loomis's estranged daughter, and she sees him as she goes along. That's a new element. That's cool. That's pretty legit. That's cool. Because because it's still playing on the old school movies, but it's not cramming it in your face. Like, hey, Sydney's here, Gail's here, Dewey's here. It's like, Jesus Christ, we've seen these characters 5 movies. Can we stop? So I like
then
5,
here's Billy Loomis as well.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, here comes the great debate. 5 is my second favorite Scream movie. So moving on, Clint. This is my second to least favorite.
What?
No, nobody has. I'm not like that.
No,
we all have our opinions. You know that.
Yeah. I love 5. I saw it for the first time just the other day, and it drew me right in immediately from the opening scene. I mean, like it's supposed to be, and I felt it was then better in some ways than some of the other opening scenes. They always go big with the opener,
right.
And this one was great. I think a lot of that had to do with Jenna Ortega.
Oh yeah,
I love her.
She was awesome. And I have to admit that I thought that she might have been part of the twist, when I first started watching the film. I mean, I was kind of grateful that she wasn't.
I was too.
Yeah, I wanted to like her character the whole way through the movie, and not find out that she was, like secretly
dirty rotten killer.
Yeah. But
I feel like if they would have did it, would have been like Jill. I think it would have. I really think it would have.
Yeah, would have ruined it.
Yeah,
and it made sense, and it was clear almost from the beginning that she was the bait to get her sister back into town.
Yeah.
And I like that. I was there for it. And the Billy Loomis as her father, played well to me.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it, even though it kind of felt like a soap opera, storyline or something like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? No, I totally liked it. This was one of my favorites, and I can't believe I'm saying it. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Yeah. If I had to pick on anything, I have to say that I was a little bummed by the actual twist at the end and who the killers were.
Right.
But I was still okay with it because I didn't 100% see it coming. So,
well, I think it happened so suddenly. It was like bam,
me.
bam. Like, damn. Okay. Well, here's your killers.
Yeah. They did their job. They fooled me. So, yeah. No, I liked it. It was great.
I agree. Nicole, here we go.
You ready for this, Don?
Bottom of the list.
I agree with you 100%.
Wow!
5 is number 2 on my list. Mainly because I cried.
Wow, with Dewey.
I cried
Yeah.
when Dewey died.
Well, look at
it
your
was
name for crying out
so
loud.
sad. Always had a crush on Deputy Dewey, but the way he died was just heartbreaking. And when that killer said, "I'm honored," in my brain, I'm going, I can't wait till we find out who it is, and I can leap through the screen and rip their freaking face off.
Now, let me ask you this though:
Dewey had the hero's death he deserved.
If Dewey wouldn't have died like that,
kind
would
of the
you
way
have
I
liked
feel
this
about
movie as much as you do?
Probably not.
I think that's the catalyst of this movie is they had to do something with a legacy character. They had to do something, whether it was Sydney, Gail, somebody had to die.
And they brought back Randy's family, which I loved.
I like that too. I
Yeah,
did
it
like
was
To see his
5
sister
was just.
and
Yeah.
I mean, when I was taking notes, it was just Dewey, Jenna Ortega.
What else do you have to say? I mean, seriously.
Those are the two main. I did love Marley Shelton in the scene when she was trying to get back home to her kid.
And she just runs right into the knife.
And she's just flying, Leo, trying to keep the killer busy. And, I liked that
Drama
scene a
bear,
lot.
And she was.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. And again, you had characters that were in the other ones. And again, nobody was safe. She died. Dewey died.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, okay,
Died.
now you know.
Wes.
Right? Now you know.
It was like the last Harry Potter movie. They just kill everybody.
There's nobody safe. Nobody's safe.
Yep.
Rob, what do you think? Or Abby, I'm sorry.
I actually really enjoyed 5. I switched. This is what I say. It's hard to rank them after my first 2 favorites, but 5, I've seen it a number of times already. I love Jenna Ortega shamelessly. I don't love the actress that plays the older sister.
Samantha.
And her
I don't know what
eyebrows.
her,
I don't know. I just
yeah, she's got some caterpillar eyebrows. God, boy.
I don't think she's believable in the part as much as I would like her to be. Jenna Ortega is such a natural actress.
That's true. That is very true.
So good, and you believe her pain and her fear. And I don't know. I mean, I don't even know who the other girl is. She didn't do it for me. She didn't click with me. I love Jack Quaid. I think he's, he's Jack Quaid, man.
It's Jack Quaid. Yeah, that's what I gotta say. He's Jack Quaid.
He's Jack Quaid, and he's so good at it. And even the other killer, the best friend, who I keep saying she's typecast for being set on fire, because that and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, she's set on fire.
She's set on fire.
But she's really good at that.
She is very good.
But I liked it. I thought it was fun. I was happy that they brought it back. I had
Very
the
true.
nostalgia. I had all the feels.
Who said
I
that?
will say Gail's face.
Steve Morris.
Gail's
I agree.
face, man. It hurts me.
Gail's
face in
I feel like she had rubber bands on the back of her head. Like, are you pulling that shit back?
And seeing it on the big screen. Was
You see everything.
I
felt like
bad,
she was like Homer in the episode of Simpsons where he takes the clamps and the rubber bands and puts it behind his back when he puts the fat behind it. I feel like she's just stretching the shit. God damn,
Yeah,
that's
and
and again, I opened it up with her being in Masters of the Universe. She was so cute. She was so
cute,
so young. Now it's like, damn.
He was on Family Ties, for crying out loud.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
God almighty. Anyway, I'm sorry,
But
Laura, I
that-
didn't mean to interrupt you.
I did enjoy it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a great, the daughter of Billy Loomis. That was kind of fun. It was nice to see Skeet have a way back in.
Even though he was like CG'd in.
Yeah, and honestly, it's a little hard to watch. But
Hey, does he still look good?
he looks good. I mean, the
Looks
man
good.
looks good.
I
But
don't give a shit.
Did anybody do the timeline on that? Is
Give
it
me a sec.
possible for him
Give me
to
a
have a
sec.
daughter that age when he died when he was, what, 17, 18?
Well, it's 20
Yeah.
years later.
It's possible.
It is, yeah.
So he died in '96. When did Scream 5 come out?
2022.
Yep.
22.
And it's
Yeah, it should be 20.
It's 25 years after.
So it should be 26. Okay.
Yeah, so it's legit.
Mm.
I thought
I'm sorry,
about
Abby.
that. I thought about that too.
No,
and
that
just to let
Came
everybody
into my head.
know, Melissa Barrera is the one that plays Samantha. In case
Yeah.
anybody's wondering who.
And I feel bad that I don't like her. I don't know why.
I don't like your face.
I
Is there
just,
anything I can do about it? No, I just don't like your face.
yeah, she's just. I wish she was a better actress because I like the role. I just.
Should we get her brows done?
She definitely
Yeah,
needs to get that
maybe.
shit shaved. Like, get a
That's
razor.
so-
for
yeah.
God's sakes.
like the girl in the remake of When a Stranger Calls.
Oh my God.
Some
She-
aggressive eyebrow.
I could use those as fishing
She,
lures.
she looks like a Kardashian. That's probably why
Yeah,
you don't
oh.
like her. You know?
I could yank those right off her head and put them in the water and caught a bass.
Wow.
In a,
Caught a bass.
in a heartbeat. Rob, what do you think, brother?
For me, 5 and 6 are probably tied in second. So, really liked it the way it did. Again, kind of reinvent things a little bit with the new characters. But again, this was the era where just looking at the castings, I kind of worked out who the killers were. The minute I saw Jack Quaid, it was like, right, he's going to be a killer. Just because he's such a good guy on The Boys. It's like they're gonna cast him
Play
as a nice guy who turns bad.
Mm-hmm.
Villainize him.
Yeah, just because he's such a good guy as Huey, it's like they're gonna make him the opposite.
Fucking love.
I was like, damn it, it's gonna happen.
So it's just so obvious, and admittedly, I didn't kind of quite guess the girlfriend, but it was going to be somebody close to him. So
she's hardly in the movie.
That was that was the thing. I'll go around. I'll go around. I'll like the thing you do your thing, and then we'll come back to that.
But
I had forgotten
overall,
who the fuck she was until she said, "Welcome to Act 3."
That was my thing. I forgot who she was. I'm like, really? Like this is who we picked?
Yeah.
Like I couldn't even remember who she was. And then I had to go on IMDb.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, that's who she is? Okay, cool. Guess I'm okay with it.
But I mean, they really lucked out with Jenna Ortega. I think the way
No
she's
doubt.
just exploded as like probably the biggest actress in Hollywood at the minute. So that's why they're not paying Nev Campbell, because obviously they've got to pay her. So they're not going to be paying.
I'm all right with that. I'm torn, but I'm still okay with that, because it's like if this is the part you want to play, and I guess we'll get to it in 6, and this okay, not gonna say anything yet, but yeah, that's why obviously you're not going to pay her. But again, you have, Jenna Ortega. Let's face it. Between this 6 Wednesday, she's one of the hottest faces in Hollywood, and she should be.
She's in Marvel apparently now as well.
She's
White
fantastic.
Tiger, so.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She's great. Like Nicole said, she makes it believable. Her acting is believable. Like she's terrified. Like she really portrays it very well. So I completely agree.
The hospital scene with her.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I like the idea of bringing back, kind of like Randy's family, but as kind of that they've picked up the mantle. That I can't think of the daughter's name off the top of my head, but she's kind of taken over his
Is it Mindy?
movie nerd role. Mindy, that's it. Yeah, she's taken over the movie nerd role.
Names.
And Chad is a bit more. He's more of an alpha. He's kind of the jock.
Don't know how he survives anything. He survives both.
Yeah. But that's it. But now he's the new Dewey. he can't be killed. He's a tank. You know.
Oh,
it's
he's
like-
not. He's nothing like a new Dewey.
He's a tank,
No,
exactly.
but he's a tank in that he gets stabbed all the
He got
time and
stabbed
survives.
So many
It's-
times.
He's been stabbed a shit ton of
You
times.
thought he was dead in both movies.
Right. 100%. I'm like,
Yeah.
Definitely.
So you know, there's comparisons there, and you know, it's like so they've picked up, but that little nods to old characters, but you know they're different enough that you can enjoy them for who they are.
Yep. I agree. Totally agree.
Then you got Stumacher's nephew
Nephew, right, Claire?
as the red herring. of
Yeah, the
movie.
red herring of 5.
The quick red herring kill.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Carl Gorner, the horror staple,
Yep.
as well. So that's a good casting because you
100%.
immediately
Yeah,
think
yep.
he's going to be a villain.
100%. Claire, what'd you think of 5?
5 for me. I think the open is the best open since 1. Personally, even though I like 4, I feel Jenna Ortega's open in that is stunning with the amount of the beating she takes in 5. It's perfect. You really know that she's hurted and she's screaming, as I think Abby just said about when she's scared, and it looks great.
Yep.
I think the way they rebooted it is really good. They left all the nods in, so it kept it so the fans knew it, but it kind of rebranded it.
You're all in
lots
on the
of
joke.
face kills in 5. Lots of face stabbing.
Yeah,
I
no
like
kidding.
that in
Lots
5.
of face stabbing.
Lots of face stabbing.
There was. It was always, Ghostface was pretty much. We had some face stuff, but like it was body shots. But like they really got into like stabbing and meat
throat.
here and
Yeah,
throat
yeah.
cuts in 5. I actually like Sam. I like Billy's daughter. I know a lot of people don't find her as good as Jenna Ortega, but I like the character. I like the
she's a
fact
great
that
character.
having the
I like the character.
flashbacks.
I love the character. She's
Yeah.
just
I like her in
And-
it. She's got bad eyebrows. I agree.
fucking eyebrows, man. Come on, man. It's not a
I
hard.
like it. I
Just
like
3
5.
seconds.
Yeah.
I do
Five's
like
good.
5, and I feel it rebranded it in a really good way.
I agree.
It was the Screequel or the Screamake or whatever.
Screequel.
The requel or the Screamake, and I kind of like that.
The
And of course,
Screequel.
Randy's niece and nephew, Mindy and Chad. I like that, even though Chad should not have lived through 5 and 6.
Tank.
Really.
I'm gonna call him Tank from now on as I watch.
Yeah, I
these.
liked it.
Yeah.
I kind of like the
Get-
fact that
get
they're
it,
still
Tank.
shouting out the OGs too.
And exactly.
But
Where is it?
Amber and Richie as killers, incredibly predictable. I feel Amber was a totally unnecessary killer. I feel Quaid was great, but again, I feel they were predictable killers, but they kept it old school.
Yeah, I agree.
His
I like
explanation was really good.
That she was
He,
living in.
he did that scene really well.
What do the well, I don't want to say the bottom peoples, but unfortunately that's where the squares are pointed. So you guys are on the bottom. So what do Paul and Liz
Dog
think?
team.
That's right. That's right. Wild card team. Where you guys at with 5?
Okay, so this is probably 3rd in my 3 out of 6. I like it. I like the direction. I really liked Ready or Not, so I was actually really excited to see this one, as this was his follow-up to that. My only real gripe with it was I had totally forgotten who the fuck Amber was. when
That's-
they revealed
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And
Forgettable
she wasn't
character.
like she was a surprising killer to me because I had forgotten she was even in the movie.
That's why it was surprising.
Richie, I totally saw that.
Oh, yeah.
Dewey
but,
flat out says it.
Yeah,
like,
I would say Dewey flat out calls it out.
Yeah,
And Rich said that
I do
last
like
night.
the opening with the automatic household, like the automatic door locks.
Yeah, right.
That
Because
was
that is like horror taking back technology. Because everyone says like cell phones killed horror movies. But like
Scream
now,
kind of runs with it, doesn't it? Through each one, it moves
yeah,
technology
and like
over.
this
Like
one,
Thor's
you
got
know,
Facebook.
like the technology actually makes you way more vulnerable.
Well, it takes it to the fact where it's not, oh shit, I don't have signal. Like you have signal. You're posting on Facebook.
Yeah.
You're calling this. It just doesn't matter because it's too late.
Yeah. Overall, kills were pretty good, especially Dewey's. That was a great send off for that character.
Agreed.
I cried too.
Yeah, the hero sacrifice.
You know.
Yeah.
But anyways, my cohort here has her own feelings about it.
And let's hear it.
I honestly really did like this movie. The worst scene in this movie was when Dewey died. I did cry for that because Dewey was such a good character.
Definitely.
And we were all hoping that it was Gail that was going to die. In the
As soon as Dewey died, I looked at my father and I'm like,
yeah, I'd have been happy if it was Gail.
I would have been completely okay with that. Yep.
Like no one cares about Gail.
At this point, nope. I care about Dewey more than Gail.
Yep.
Dewey did though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's what made it good.
Hi, Mike.
Mike says hi from the woods. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Don't let Jason
Hi,
bite
Mike.
you in the ass. Oh boy.
So
Don't get poison ivy.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, Liv.
I didn't really like. I like the killer's personality. I just didn't really like their characters and stuff. I thought Sydney's greatest line ever was when she's on the phone and he's like, "You should never answer the door," blah blah blah. And she's just like, "I'm bored," and she hangs up. And it's like, I feel like it's so cool, just say that and be like, "I'm so powerful." But
He doesn't give him the power anymore.
Right.
I love the hair flip.
That is been
She had
crazy.
the whole thing just fantastic.
Yeah, I like that. I liked how Jenna Ortega was in it because everyone would die to see her in that, because it's Jenna Ortega. She just filmed Wednesday. I don't know what else she was in at the time, but she was everyone started freaking out because oh my gosh, it's Jenna Ortega. And the Wednesday trailer just came out, and Wednesday's a really great show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Her sister is kind of
Bitchy.
kind of bratty. She's not my favorite, to be honest. Amber's personality was no. I didn't like Amber that much. I like how it had Judy in it. Yeah, the theater's Judy.
Yeah, Judy's in it.
Yeah, because it had her son, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Put the dress on.
I liked the Liz girl. I thought she was really cool. I'm kind of sad that she died.
There were characters I did not want to die in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we saw there are a lot of people that died in that movie that I didn't think should have died. I thought Dewey should have stayed. I also thought Sydney would die in that, kind of. I was like, Sydney might die in this. She should have.
I agree.
Sydney had a reasonable amount of screen time on that, I think, and stuff.
Mhm.
But me and my dad saw the trailer for Scream 6, and we're like, that Mindy, her name is Mindy.
Mhm.
We knew she was we were like, oh yeah, she's gonna die, and she didn't die, and it's like what?
Yeah, both twins got stabbed.
Yeah, it's
14
what?
times, and neither one of them died.
And they actually say how many times they got stabbed. 22 times? And you lived?
No.
They are the 50 Cent of horror movie.
Yeah.
characters.
And they didn't even walk with a limp. They didn't even have a limp.
50 Cent is the killer in Scream.
Yeah,
There
Dewey
you
had a
go.
limp.
Scream
Neither one of
7.
them had a limp. Damn, Paul brings up a good point. Neither one of them had a limp. Dewey had to struggle to walk around.
And if you go back,
He got stabbed one time.
all jacked up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how many times he got stabbed in the first one. Just once it looked like, but in the second one it was 9-10 times. But either way, I know what you're saying.
Did like how at the end with the older sister when she takes out Richie, I do like the aggression in which she multiply stabs him over and over again. She's
Yeah.
got that part
It
down.
is beautiful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Well
let's
done.
face it, all of us, if we were in that situation, that's exactly what we would have done. I'm not going to stab you once, twice. I'm going to
Also,
stab
I'm
you
grabbing
so
the mask.
many times until I know you're dead. Because you're not going to get up and stab me. So I'll make sure that you're done.
How many of these movies do they not reach for the mask?
You know, that I have a problem with that, and I have a problem with the killings. And
The
and
first
thing
one
is-
they did.
Yeah, because Casey knew it off the bat.
Casey, yeah.
Yeah.
But my biggest problem I have two big problems. And you know what? Let's get through let's get through number 6, and then we'll address the problems we have with the franchise if we haven't already. But yeah, I totally agree with everybody's point on this one. It was a return. This should have been what Scream 4 was. This should have been the return that
Wrong.
it got, and it didn't. And
better.
I was okay with that. Now, here we go. Scream 6. This is my least favorite. I hate this movie.
Oh my god.
I despise this movie. I watched it today and I was absolutely disappointed in this. No, I'm kidding. It's my number 3. I like the continuation of it. I like the continuity of it. I like the fact that I liked Samantha's character more, just because she stayed around, Tara more. She didn't need an excuse to come back into her life like she did in the 5th one. She's like, okay, I'm staying here. You're staying with me. Period. Done. Game over. I liked the opening of this one. This one was pretty amazing. Pretty much, hey, I'm gonna meet you at a bar. Okay, well, I don't know where the bar is, but
So they're leaving too.
The biggest problem I have with this one, it's so predictable and it's so stupid, the things that these people do. Like, there are no, if you've been through what you've been through, and this goes back to 3, with Sydney. You're on number 6 now. Why are you doing the stupid shit that you've been doing? You did it now you're going, you're going down a dark alley. Obviously, that chick had never been part of any of this. But going down a dark alley, she gets stabbed, and then the guy just takes his shit off, takes his mask off, and just walks away like it's nothing. Then he gets killed after he finds his boyfriend in the fridge. Just done, game over. This one was all over the place. It had a lot going on. The multiple ghost face killers. I liked that part. And I liked what it brought to the table. The only thing is that you could literally see this coming from a mile away. The minute that police sergeant showed up, you knew it was him. It was like, without a doubt, that he's got something to do with it, no doubt. The kills were awesome. Unorthodox, see Ghostface with a shotgun is pretty cool.
That's how you knew it was the cop, because
bingo.
Too good with the shotgun.
Yep, exactly. Like, damn, this dude's a little accurate for using a shotgun over a knife.
Don't open that.
But it had a good story. My biggest complaint with this movie, absolutely too long. This movie was 2 hours and 2 minutes, and it felt like it every step of the way. It was like, damn, you guys could have ended this a half hour earlier, and I would have been happy. Not to say that what we got was bad, but damn, 2.5, over 2 hours, you're pushing it with a horror movie.
No.
But I like the movie. I like the characters. I did like the twist at the end. It was pretty cool. Overall, like I said, middle of the pack for me. Number 3. But it wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. I like this. I like this new legacy that we got building with Jenna Ortega and Samantha, Chad, Mindy. I like where they're going with it. But I'm kind of with Abby on it. God, how many times you got to stab somebody before you kill them?
Yeah.
I mean, damn, Chad's already been stabbed like 57 times.
50 times.
in 2 movies. This dude should be dead.
Yep.
Multiple times. Mindy's the same way. I mean, and the one thing I do have a problem with is the death with the ladder. Why when that chick fell off the ladder and hit her head on the dumpster, she looked like she got acid thrown on her face? Like, damn, like her hair's gone or eyeballs are gone. Like, damn, dude, like I'm pretty sure it would have just been like a little bit of skull fracture, but damn, she looked like that dude from Preacher, Butthole Face or whatever his name is. I was like, damn, this cat is messed up. Anybody else feel that way? Sorry, I just saw that. I rewound it like 4 times. I'm like, damn, she got messed up from falling on a dumpster, and she looks like the guy from Silence of the Lambs that got his face bit off. What did you say, Paul?
Dumpsters are brutal, man.
Can I be paid and go first tonight? Because I'm kind of hungry and Rich isn't very well. Can I kind of go
of course, my
first
love.
and then go?
Please,
right.
love, go.
Yeah, sorry. It's just like Rich hasn't been very well and he's been hanging on for me all night, bless him, because he knew it was my night. Yeah, 6. I absolutely love 6. I'll be honest, as I say again, I think 5 and 6 come into their own and they're a little bit different to the rest of them. I feel they've done the reboot with the new characters like Mindy and Chad. I really like that. I should have missed Sydney. I actually didn't.
And honestly, Nev Campbell got a pretty shitty send off. Honestly, if this was her last,
I don't know. I kind of thought I'd miss her loads, and I actually didn't in 6.
I didn't miss seeing her. I didn't. I wish it would have been like, she's like, she's just gonna pack up Mark and go to a safe place. Like, so what?
I liked the return of Kirby.
Oh my god,
the cop was very predictable from the first time he came on screen. I liked the subway scenes. I thought they were really good. I liked the way they were shot. And that's about it, really. I mean, I think it's still got places to go. Because they've changed it up in 5 and 6 a little bit. I feel 5 was like Sydney's exit, really, and kind of the filler to get to the next part.
I agree. Now, do you think with 7, do you think it'll be Gail? Do you think she'll be the killer?
I'm surprised Gail didn't die in 6.
Because of one thing that somebody said, and this is what I was going to bring up. And Claire, I don't mean to, I just want to make sure I say this before you sign off, because this was a good point that somebody brought up. So in the movie, they say, well, and even Ghostface says it on the phone. Hey, I'm surprised you haven't been the killer and you haven't cracked. And I think that it's alluding to she's going to be the killer in 7. She's going to lose it because she's been through this 6 times. She lost Dewey. Sydney's not there.
Mastermind all along.
Maybe.
What do you say, Paul?
Or she was the mastermind all along. And I think it's going to be Gail and Stu, because they alluded that Stu was still alive.
That's been brought up. That's been brought up twice. That he's alive.
And then, Stu was excited about Gail Weathers on TV in Scream 1. Who's not to say? And then she told Dewey that she was popular with 18 to 23-year-olds. Or 17 to 23-year-olds was her top demographic. So maybe she was banging Stu.
I'm not opposed to that theory in the least bit. because again,
I mean, they could throw anything out in part 7 and we'll buy it, but I mean,
that's true too.
I
mean,
think it's going to be Gail. I think it's going to be Gail, and it's going to be Sam and Jenna Ortega's mother, and they're trying to get back at Sam because of Billy, and that's why Jenna Ortega's survived.
I hope it's Gale. Like I'm hoping it's Gale because
yeah,
you've like I said before, you've fallen into the trap of you had one spectacular movie, you had a lackluster sequel, you had a decent three-peat, and you've kind of been up down with these other ones, but now's your chance. The seventh one.
We're chucking Gail and Stu out, but it's like isn't that the point with the Scream movies? It could be anybody. That's the whole point, isn't it? It's like they keep you guessing. We're having the same conversation.
It could be Sydney. They could bring her back for a little cameo. It could be Sydney at the end.
Gail,
could be anybody. That's the point.
I can see Nev Campbell saying the only way she'll come back is if she can be the killer.
I mean,
kind of would be a swan song, wouldn't it? It would be the end and the kind of wrapping it all up. It would work, definitely.
100%.
I mean, because let's face it. I mean, Gail knew that Cotton Weary was innocent.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely, she was adamant.
Yes, somebody told, and she knew he was innocent without really any evidence.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody told Roman how to find.
That's my thing right there. Yep.
So
yeah, just go back to Roman. You are right.
Investigative reporter writing a book about Cotton Weary's innocence.
Well, again, Rena Reynolds. That name, nobody would have known that name unless you did what Gail did.
Yes. And then the next thing you know, Gail's, hard up for money and something like that. She's got another book. She's making money after money after money.
Yep. Book after book.
And then, Sydney writes her book and it takes away from Gail. So in 4.
Mm-hmm.
So why not get Jill and say, you could be the hero and I can make you a star? She has a motive in every single one of these movies.
That is 1,000% true.
It would make it really different, but I'll be honest, I do feel there's the very good versus evil. I feel that at this point they've established too much of a good guy in that franchise. Yes, it would make a massive reveal and totally change everything. But I do feel even though she's the bitch, it would literally change what they say in every movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. It'd be a stretch to.
I mean, plus Dewey gets killed after they're divorced, and he doesn't have any money to give her for support.
I think 7 is a wide open book. I think you could go.
I think Danny Brackett will come into it. The boyfriend. He's playing a long game.
Yeah, true story.
I actually liked him and was very, very shocked that he wasn't a bad guy.
Yeah, I was too. But you know what? Jerry O'Connell. He wasn't a bad guy either.
Yeah.
He was just an idiot.
He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, damn it. And you gave your letters to
But he didn't have abs like Danny.
He doesn't have abs like Danny, no. He was a flabby fuck. Anyway, so on your going away, 1 to 6, what's your ranking?
One for 3. No. 1 for 5, 6, 3, 2.
That's.
Yeah, that's right.
Damn, that's
only slightly different from Paul's. That's
close. I think it's close to a lot of people.
What was your last one? 2?
Two's my last. I think
No,
we're
I
the
think
opposite
we're
way around.
exactly
You've
the
got
same.
2 then 3.
No, I like 3 more than 2. So yeah, I think we're the same. 1, 4.
Yeah, I think
1, 4,
I knew we weren't
5,
far off.
6,
It's not the same.
3, 2 is mine.
Yeah, you're close. You're close.
And I think Liv's is 1.
Yeah, Liz, I was gonna say I think
5,
we're all
4,
close. What the hell is Kathleen doing?
6, 3. Well, she can speak for herself. What's your ranking?
Oh,
Well, I just wanted to get Claire's because Claire's gotta go eat and tend to Rich.
Yep.
So I want to make sure.
No,
I got
it's
Claire
fine.
on
It's just
here.
I feel bad because it's bright and I need to eat. He's,
Okay, well,
he's
go
not.
do
He's
your
not
thing, my
bothered.
love. Go do your thing, my love.
I only have a couple minutes left in me. Sorry.
I think everybody does. It's 10
Right. Well,
o'clock.
I'm gonna go and let you all get on. I love you all
All right, my
very
love.
much.
Love you.
Bye, Claire.
Night, night,
Love
my
you, Claire.
loves.
Love you,
Good
Claire.
night. Good night.
Actually, do you mind if I go next? Because it's 3 a.m.
Yeah, go, baby.
God bless
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Go for it.
Rob. Thanks for
Yeah.
joining.
Yeah, man. Thanks for hanging in here.
Yeah. No worries. Yeah, so 6. I really enjoyed it. I loved it. But the only problem is there's no stakes. Nobody dies.
That's true.
It's only randomers. Yeah, there's a guy
Yeah,
in a
you're not.
bodega.
Yeah, that's true.
There's the girlfriend. She's the only one of any consequence who really dies. Basically, the killers are rank amateurs.
Yeah, because you don't really
You know
care about
that-
the girlfriend. I mean, seriously, you.
Yeah, she's
No.
she's the only one of any consequence.
They
Obviously,
needed a
Quinn,
body.
it's a fake out.
Yep.
And that's creepy as hell because
Which how
of
you
all sex
fake that
noises
out
and stuff.
anyway is insane. Because, I mean, I guess it was a Billy Loomis thing, but you know,
Yeah,
they made that shit look like it. She got stabbed a bajillion times.
yeah, but like he says, who's going to question a cop who's just lost his daughter? You know, it's
Bingo.
like he's already ID'd the body. But what was creepy was all like the kind of sex noises that turned into a, you know, that's like a weird family right there.
Right. Awkward.
They're way too comfortable doing that.
No kidding.
But you know, overall, I mean, it just felt, you know, they didn't quite use New York well enough. But you know, the imagery was there. But again, too little stakes. You know, someone had to die. Gail needed to die. I don't know why they pulled back. I think that is the consequence of Nev Campbell pulling out, was that Gail was going to die, and then they couldn't quite do that because Nev Campbell isn't around anymore.
Right.
So they have to keep Courtney Cox.
Right.
But the first scenes were brilliant. Although the only downside was Samara Weaving being a professor who ignores all her own teachings.
Yeah, no kidding. Like that was just like, damn, like you teach slashers and you do everything against what you do with a slasher.
I would have really liked to have seen more of the first killer, you know, and just stayed with him for like the first hour.
You know, I think that's something that they could do in 7 is like stick with the killer. Like, let's see what.
Just do it from their point of view.
Yeah,
the whole
exactly. Like, let's see what happens from the POV of the killer the whole movie.
And then reveal it as Sydney.
Damn, dude, I am all in there like that. I am all in there for that. I'm in it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But you know, overall, you know, it was a. Yeah, it's a good setup they've got. The core 4, I think, is a good lineup. You know, they've lucked out, like I said, with Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's going to keep more and more money now to keep her. But luckily, the film's making money, so
yeah, exactly.
They're going to be able to do it. But I think they're also going to need to keep up in the spectacle. So. They've done New York. I think they're going to have to do something like London next. They might just have to have. They might even just have to have Jenna Ortega go to London because the whole thing about letting go. So you know,
I'm
might
okay
just
with
have
that.
If they go to Mexico,
they go to Mexico, yeah, that'd be badass too.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm just thinking of like scenery and stuff like that, you know, and places they can shoot. So like if they send Jenna Ortega to London, and then Sam's there like stalking her almost, you know, she couldn't let go, and suddenly some, you know, the Ghostface murders start, and then she really becomes a suspect because she's in what's her name, Tara doesn't know she's there.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting wrinkle, because
I'm-
then she really
I'm
is
in
a
it.
suspect.
I'm in it.
That'd be how I'd do it. Yeah, you know, it's. I think now they need to start bringing in some better, like not, you know, Dermot Mulroney, he's C-list.
Yeah.
You know, they need to start bringing in some better, like they used to have, David Warner types, you know, better caliber actors
Oh yeah.
to be your fake outs. Because they need to get back to the proper fake outs.
Oh well, I
rather
mean,
than,
again, two had the best fake out, honestly, with all the people, David Warner, Timothy Oliphant. You know, it was, you couldn't really tell what was going on, but yeah, I agree. Get better fake out characters, because.
But even Jerry
Jerry O'Connell, yeah.
You know,
100%.
but you know, get some actually. Although you've got to spend the money now on General Ortega, actually get some. And again, if they go to London, then there's loads of British actors they can throw in who would fill that easily.
100%.
And you know, it'd be a really good wrinkle. So that's how I do it. The rankings, I would say, 1 is the top, 5 and 6 are equal. Then it is 3, 4, and 2.
Got it. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
And that's only just changed. Like I say, in the past, I would have
mine
put
too. Yeah,
2,
past week.
I mean, in the rewatches this week, I would have put, before that, I would have put 2 as second.
Yeah.
So, you know,
same way.
It's weird how a rewatch can change your opinion.
100%.
But yeah, that's where it is. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, brother, I don't mean to keep you on here till 3 a.m., but I tell you what, it has been great having you on
It's
here.
been a good one. It's been a good one. No, it's good to be back. I've got a stable internet connection at last.
Hell yes. That means you could be here more often.
Yeah. I've missed some good ones that I was really wanting to do, but
Well, anytime you want to be in, man, just ask for the link and I got you covered.
Cool.
All right, brother.
We'll do. All the best. Nice to see everybody.
Absolutely.
Nice to meet you, Liv.
Bye, Rob.
All the best.
Take care of yourself, Rob.
See you, Rob.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Do y'all mind if I go next?
Yes, Abby, go.
Don't say it like that.
I'm kidding. You know that. Yes, go, my love.
Some of us.
Bye.
All right.
Thank you.
So,
Thanks. Bye.
sorry, I love her. I think we can all agree one will.
No, what'd you
always
say
rank
about
it.
6?
What?
You have to talk about 6, then do your ranking.
Okay, 6. I don't want to just rehash what we already said.
Okay,
but
fuck it.
I
Just do
agree
your
with
ranking.
what Rob said 100%.
There you go. Just do that.
Where there was no
Sorry.
concept. You know, when you think about all the people that died, you know, even Gail's new boyfriend or whoever.
Yeah,
it was,
right.
but-
That was random as all get up.
Right. Yeah. Gail's not overdue at all, but now she's living with this dude and because we need someone to kill.
Right.
And I think that's what it is. They just needed body count. So
Yeah,
they threw
I
in
agree.
other people because, and again, I agree with Rob. I think because they didn't have Nev, they couldn't then get, and they've already gotten rid of Dewey. So I do think Nev will come back for one more. But
What do you think it'll be in a limited capacity?
I don't think she will come back to be killed off. I think that's what they were planning, was that she was going to come in, she was going to be the opening kill scene.
Yeah.
And I think her feeling was not so much about the money, but this character deserves better than that. At least that's just the impression I got.
I would agree there 100%.
Jamie Lee, Halloween Resurrection, killed in the first scene.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I can respect that.
Sure.
Yeah, I
100%.
think I just think Sydney deserved better. So I think if she does come back, you might be onto something with her either being the killer or Gail being the killer and her having to kill Gail, something like that, something epic. But I don't know. I think their intention was very clear. Bring her back, kill her off for the legacy kill.
Yep.
And when she left the production, they were just like, well, no,
Yep.
we
What
don't
do we
have
do now?
anybody else. Yeah.
Yep. What do we do now?
We've killed all the legacies.
Yep.
So, yeah, Mindy, I like Mindy. I like Chad too. I thought it was cute with him and Jenna. I really thought he was going to die.
I really think he should have died.
I really think he should have died.
Sorry to
That
say, but damn.
But all in all, it was an entertaining movie. It's definitely not new and original,
Right.
but it entertained the hell out of me, and they
Yes.
all do. And
Yep.
so I was cool with that.
All right. So what's your ranking, love?
All right. So my ranking, and it changes a lot, but currently my ranking is 1, 3.
Wow.
4.
3 that high. Holy shit.
Yeah, because 3 just to me is not necessarily a good movie, but it's just a fun.
It's fun. It's a fun
rewatchable-
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You're not lying there.
silly. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2.
We can all
And 4
agree
and
two
5,
is
I mean,
poop.
5 and 6 rather, are kind of interchangeable for me.
We can all just agree 2 is poop.
2 is
Two's
my least.
doo-doo.
It always was my least favorite. And again, I blame
Jerry O'Connell.
and Portia de Rossi.
God, you mother fudger.
Will Smith, keep her name out of your
Mother,
Yeah,
your fudging mouth. God. You're not lying.
All right, you all. I love you very much, and I
love
appreciate
you.
doing this.
Bye.
Sorry to run and live. It's been a pleasure.
Bye,
And,
Abby.
I'll
Love
talk to
you.
you later. All right?
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, final 4.
bye.
Nicole's
Core
fading.
Core 4.
Oh, core 4. Damn.
Actually, we're 5.
5. We
Oh
are.
yeah, because we got Liv.
4 squares.
Although Liv is probably pooping out soon.
Okay.
I mean, she's
Well,
she,
go
hasn't
for it.
moved, she hasn't moved in like 5 minutes, so I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's probably fading. All right, yeah. Paul,
Yeah, you
Liv,
guys go ahead. Yeah.
Yep, go.
Huh? What?
Go on your thoughts on Scream 6 and then provide your final ranking.
Oh, I thought Scream 6 was good. I really thought Gail was gonna die. The killers, so we went to this was my first scary movie in theater, was this movie. And it was so cool. I actually got the killers all right, except for when the one girl, what's her name? The killer girl, what's her name?
Quinn.
Yes! When she died, I'm like, well, I guess not.
Guess she's done.
But like, honestly, with Ethan, he was easy to guess.
Yeah.
Ethan was a little too easy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
they,
how they brought Kirby in. That was like really cool.
That was the best part.
oh, well, I loved how they swayed. Like, is she the killer?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of like that little twist on it, but honestly, I knew she wasn't because when they were doing the horror movie trivia with Mindy, she answered every question correctly, in my opinion. You know, Friday 4, both Candymen.
Yep.
I don't like how the girlfriend died. What's her name? Annika? Yeah, it was Annika, right? The one that died on the ladder.
Oh, the ladder.
I don't like that she died. I did like her character. She was a really great side character.
I agree.
Somebody had to die in that movie, and
Well, it could have been someone else.
True.
Yeah.
I liked her too. I knew as soon as she got stabbed in the stomach, I was like, well, she's probably not going to make it.
yeah,
There was that one scene. You said it was from one movie where Mindy walked in the bathroom. She's like, "Oh, there's a dead guy in here." in the trailer now.
Oh, the ladder scene was from Slumber Party Massacre.
Oh.
Yes, 100%.
Like that scene where they're barricading the door. The two girls are barricading the door, and then
Yep.
they go out with the ladder.
Yep.
That's from Slumber Party Massacre. One of your dad's favorite slasher movies.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that to come out in 4K.
Yeah. I should do a hangout with you guys about the Slumber Party Massacre and its beautiful history.
We will figure it out. Tell you that. All right, Liv, my dear. What's your ultimate ranking for your Scream movies? 1 to 6.
1, 4, 6, 5, 3, 2.
Wow.
Wow. 2 is universally hated in this conversation. That is the absolute
I have
constant.
one person that likes it. Likes it a lot. My friend Trayvon. He is the only.
I guarantee Ryan will come in here and say it's number 1 just to do it.
Just to be Ryan.
Just to do it.
Yeah.
Just to do it. Paul, what's your ranking, man?
Me, I'm with you that it was a little long. Kirby was awesome seeing again. I'm glad that she's now part of this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that the FBI is taking an interest in the Ghostface killings.
Yeah, at number 6. No kidding.
And then I think the killers are a little bit predictable, but I do like the evil layer of Ghostface with like all of the Ghostface masks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like something's going to come out that somebody provided them this stuff.
Yeah.
From the original. And it's going to be either someone who's dead or presumed dead.
Yep.
Or it's going to be someone like
No, you could be onto something with Gail, because after all, it was her investigation that led them to it in the first place.
And that's what
she sold all the books and made a whole bunch of money. So I mean, she could have painstakingly paid to collect a lot of that stuff.
She reiterated investigative
We're
journalism.
starting off.
Liv, thank you so much for hanging out with us, love. We really enjoyed having you here.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Liv.
Good night.
I am such a proud papa.
That was awesome, dude. Phenomenal. She was phenomenal.
Great.
Yeah, you got to bring her more often. She was great.
You ever do like survival horror? If we do a survival horror night, she'll do that because she loves like Crawl and Fall and Frozen and stuff like that.
We can figure something out.
Awesome. Yeah.
We'll figure something out. That is out there.
She's in the slashers and she's in the survival horror, like that type of like natural survival.
I'm sure we can dig out a couple of those. The Ritual, I'm sure, Sacrament.
Definitely.
We can get ones in there. So what's your ranking from 1 to 6?
I'm the same as Claire.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, me and Claire are like simpatico on that. I'm 1, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2.
Bam.
And I like
Universal.
I like all of them. 2 and 3, I really kind of took me out of it because 3 wasn't enough of a redemption from the shit all that was 2.
That's where I've been. Like I liked 3. I liked 2.
I skipped out on Scream 4, and then I ended up watching. I was like, "Oh, this is great!
This is great!" Yeah. Like, damn, this is phenomenal.
Like
I said, there's not a bad Scream movie. There's just ones that are least, liked than other Screams. I mean, that's just how it is. Obviously, 2 is the shit of our group, but.
2 is a bad movie.
2 is a bad, it's a bad Scream movie. I mean, and it's
3 isn't good enough to redeem.
It's the outlier. 2 is the outlier.
Yeah,
like that's a bad Scream movie. Then the other ones are like, yeah, they're kind of redeemable.
Yeah.
All right. Clint, did you do your? Yeah, Nicole, do your ranking. What do you say 6? What do you think about 6?
I love 6. Loved it. I love the opening scene. I love that it was in New York. I agree that it was too long. They could have cut 15 minutes out of there easily.
Let's talk about the homage to Friday the 13th Part 8 as they were watching it on
they're
TV.
watching it. Yeah, that's what they were watching.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking
Yeah.
Jason Takes Manhattan. Do it. Anyway, sorry, love. Didn't mean to interrupt you. Keep going.
That's okay. It's Jenna Ortega again is fantastic. I think Gale should have died. I think what the hell was his name? Chad, who got stabbed 4,000 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
He should have died in 5.
Clint, next time I see you, I'm gonna stab you 57 times to see if you live.
But I love 6. I did.
6 was good. 6 was good.
6 was
I
good.
texted Clint earlier and told him, I was like, dude, this movie, I hate it. It's a disaster. And then I got all the way through and I was like, now it makes sense. Now we're good.
Yep.
What's your ranking?
It's
From 1 to 6.
it changes constant. It's been changing for 2 days.
It's probably been changing
All
during
right.
this hangout.
It did, yeah, actually. I gotta go 1, 5, 6,
Yep.
4,
Yep.
2, 3.
Damn, it's exactly
Sorry,
what
I'd
mine is.
if I had to watch one of
Nope.
them, I would put 2 before 3.
That's exactly what mine is.
I hated 3.
Boom. Exactly
Yep.
what mine is.
That's scary.
It's very scary because we do not agree very often.
We never agree.
Yeah, never. I would go never. Yeah, it's exactly what my ranking is. Clint, bring us home.
I feel like I'm different. On the strength of one watching, I ate this one up. I mean, 6 like really did it for me. I love the culmination of everything. It felt like everything leading up to this point. You know, they threw everything at this. It felt like a finale. I feel like the characters grew. I feel like they still did as many red herrings as they could possibly do. I felt that they took some things that they used as misdirection in the past and used them against us this time. Because they're specifically like arm cuts. In the past, you didn't know what an arm cut meant. It's a non-lethal attack, and it could either mean that somebody, was trying to hide the fact that they were part of the killing team, so they receive a non-lethal attack, or it meant absolutely nothing, like it did in part 2. So I really feel like the fact that more than one person got an arm cut in this, it's like, oh shit, well now we have no idea, who's who. This indicates nothing, it could be a killer, it could be a non-killer. I love the murder sanctuary room where they collected all the stuff.
That was awesome.
That was fantastic.
I love how they made us think that that woman that no longer worked for the FBI, could have been a killer, and pulled that rug out from underneath us.
Yeah, real quick too.
I love that. Love that.
So, I mean, this was cool, start to finish. I even kind of like the fact that her hallucinations came back. You know what I mean? To kind of guide her a little bit. Yeah.
Like Billy Loomis is like the evil Obi-Wan.
No shit. Yeah. He's a Jedi ghost.
Right.
Damn it.
This one really, I don't know. Something about it. I just ate it up. I absolutely loved it. So, I mean, I gave it top billing. Okay, stop.
But when they said that the FBI was looking at them, like looking at these cases, that's when Gail gets her first call.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, she's playing a part in this next one. She has to. She has to.
But in part 6, I didn't see it coming. I had the cop pegged as a suspect in the beginning, and then Quinn died, and that took him off the radar for me. So I loved the ending. I loved the twist ending.
It just had a touch of everything. Had a touch of one where you had somebody that you thought was dead come back full force, like not just for a jump scare, like full force. Like she's a pivotal part. And then you basically had 3 killers as opposed to 1. you
So
know, and
now
it
we're
was
just
cool.
at 12 Ghostface killers.
Yeah, and it was cool that you had, you know, a cop that was on the inside that did what he did. Oh, my daughter got killed, or did she? Well, I can ID the body, but it's not going to be her.
Right.
Can I talk about a missed opportunity real quick in Scream 6?
1000%.
Yeah.
So you're in New York, aka Shaolin Land.
Yeah.
One of the greatest rappers from the greatest rap group of all time is Ghostface Killah. How was he not the fuck in this movie?
Nicole doesn't understand, but Wu-Tang.
I don't.
Wu-Tang
ain't
Clan
nothing to mess with.
is
Wu-Tang ain't
my
nothing to
favorite
fuck
rap
with.
group ever.
Yeah.
I was listening to them today, actually, earlier when I was in Dollar General doing my business.
Me and Paul had that conversation. He's taking a shit in Dollar General listening to Wu-Tang. I said, well, I'm beating off the Notorious B.I.G. in Dollar Tree.
Well,
and then he went up me and said he was fucking peanut butter in the aisle. I was like, well, I concede. I'm done. I can't compete with that. I'm not fucking Jif.
No, I mean, it's just like, anyways, one of the members of Wu-Tang is Ghostface
Killah.
It was actually from a Carter.
Oh, okay.
Wu-Tang is all about New York, which is Shaolin. And,
Okay.
And so, like, how are you going to make a Scream movie with Ghostface and not have Ghostface Killah? Missed opportunity.
There you go.
God damn it!
I would be like,
this missed opportunity.
It would just be like an old Zennial joke.
Yeah, Wu-Tang, or to have Dave Chappelle in there. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. I'm done. Yeah, we're good. That's all you had to have. That's all you had to have. Love it.
Can I get your guys' opinion on something in 5 real quick?
Nope.
Yes.
Sure.
The scene when Jenna Ortega is in the hospital and she's struggling and crawling to get out of bed and to get into the wheelchair, and then she's moving real slow and the killer's behind her. Am I the only one that saw Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween 2 in that?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, that was an homage.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I thought.
That's the same way. I was like, okay, are we Jamie Lee Curtis drugged, dragging herself? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. Good job. Clint, did you rank your shit, My Little Pony?
I did not.
All right,
I feel like I could go back and watch these again and my ranking would change. But as it stands right now, after cramming these into this week, I'm going to go 6, 5, 1, 3, 4, 2.
Damn.
Whoa.
Holy shit. You're the outlier, brother.
It's just based on how much it entertained me. You know what I mean?
You're sleeping in the garage in the Poconos. You know that, right?
He's over the fence and in the gully.
Over the fence and into.
Yeah, I mean,
damn, you put one in third.
One at number 3.
Wow.
That's
my bear spray.
But 2 is still at the rock bottom.
Yep.
I mean, that is the consistent in this.
I couldn't stand that one.
2 is rock bottom, but 3 being number 1 and 6 and 5 being 1 and 2. That's damn, dude. That's woo.
I want to rewatch 2 for this, but can somebody tell me if the setup in the theater is the same theater from the opening in 2 and 6?
Ooh.
Damn.
I don't
know, but I would love to find out.
I
will find that out.
Because I just think it would be kind of a weird tie-in to the theater,
I would love, 2 scared the shit out of me with the theater. Like, I don't want to go to the movies after the second one. I was like, dude, I'm going to get fucking stabbed. Like, people just wear a mask in here. Like, people were doing that with 6. They were like, oh, I'm going to wear a Ghostface mask. I'm like, cool, because somebody's going to fucking die.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's going to get stabbed in the fucking
begging
theater.
not to wear my Baghead mask to strangers, too.
Ooh.
Whoa. Fucking weird.
I sometimes cosplay Baghead from strangers.
Well, we are the final. We're the core four, motherfuckers.
That's right.
We survived it. So,
Yep.
I hope everyone has enjoyed this
I'm
three
surprised we
and a
didn't even
half.
get into like any of the knockoffs either.
No, we didn't get into anything. We didn't get into MTV.
Yeah.
Who's echoing? Somebody's echoing. Echoing. Shh.
I don't think it's me.
They gone.
I think so.
That's a long ass delay.
Weird.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about anything else. We didn't talk about
I know what you
MTV
did last
series.
summer.
The what?
I know what you did last summer.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We're not doing that. We'll do that's a whole nother we'll do a Scream ripoff hangout. 'Cause that'll Jesus Christ, that'll take that all up.
Yeah,
Bloody Valentine.
We'll join you for that. 'Cause
Yeah,
you've seen
the
most-
Dawson's Creek of horror.
Yeah.
The Wish version. The Dollar General version of Scream.
I heard.
I
Legend.
love I know what you did last summer. I think that's a.
Hey, some of them stand on their own two legs for sure. I
The
mean,
first one is a pretty darn good movie,
and then they go after. They just go.
Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sweater Puppies. You know, really.
Sweater Puppies. I mean, he ain't lying there. He's not lying.
I mean, they sell that movie, man.
Sweater Puppies. I feel like we should make a movie called that. Sweater Pup. I mean,
Probably one out there.
oh, who's that? Who's going to be on a 15?
That's Ryan.
How fucking long ago was that?
Just a minute or two
10:09.
ago. Yeah.
10:39. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no.
I think he missed the boat.
Then there's the Urban Legend, and Liv loves that one.
Yeah.
Urban Legend's great.
Yeah.
Now the sequel's fucking terrible, but
Valentine, and you know, I know Abby and Claire aren't here, but like David Boreanaz is like one of the worst actors I've ever seen in my entire fucking life.
holy shit! I'm glad you waited.
Yeah.
We're gonna get comments now, though. Fuck. I mean, they're
He
just
is
doing a
just like-
podcast on Buffy.
I mean, I love Buffy. I think Buffy was a great show, but David Boreanaz, every scene in it, it just looks like somebody who skipped a couple steps in evolution and didn't quite make it to us.
Oh my god! Fuck almighty!
Wow.
Like he almost made us, but didn't.
Wow. I don't know why our viewership just jumped up after you saying that, but okay.
Bunch
Fuck.
of dudes that grew up in that time are agreeing with me. Like they're like
He's a Neanderthal.
I'm like, why do you see that? Like, then you take them to the Museum of Natural History. I'm like, look, there's David Boreanaz.
Jesus fucking Christ! Oh my God, we're getting.
Although
kicked off.
that wax statue that we're looking at right now, love, it's probably a better actor.
God damn! Woo!
Probably.
So that's where Liv
Damn.
gets it from.
David Boreanaz just got fucking roasted. I mean, damn, he just got fucking flambéed. Oh,
No,
wow.
he's I should have told Abby and then that Liv loves Buffy and that she could do a custom day for them.
Just tell him now. All you gotta
It's
do is
time
send
for
a
it.
message. Game over.
They can have her on the podcast.
Damn
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Damn right. I'm gonna go get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah, I'm gonna
not
go
to mention
get
Nicole's
something
fucking
to
falling.
drink and eat. I'm starving.
Sounds good.
Wow, this has been phenomenal. I knew it was gonna be a good hangout. I knew.
Yeah,
it.
definitely. I was so excited for it.
Oh yeah. Next week we got Terminator next week.
Ooh, ooh.
Those movies, so
Terminator.
Me.
When then we'll do we're gonna do Terminator next week, and then we're gonna do I told Clint we're gonna do Send in the Clowns. We're gonna do a clown horror hangout. Wonder
Excited
who
about
recommended
that too.
Wonder who recommended that one.
Who was it?
It was you, motherfucker. Yes, it was you.
No, it was Claire.
No, it was not. It was Nicole.
I also said James Wan, the James Wan
we can do
universe.
All right, fuck. All right.
We'll do whatever you want. We can do. I'm happy to do the clowns. I got a list.
Yeah. And Leprechaun.
We get Leprechauns after Terminator, then send in the clowns. Then
I'll be sitting
James
that one
Wan.
out.
Oh no!
Really, Leprechaun?
But
Yeah, I'll pass on Leprechaun too.
Damn
I only
it.
saw the first
Okay.
one.
It might be just
Oh.
me and you, Clint. We might have to just
Oh,
do.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe we
do
should,
the episode on
maybe
it.
we shouldn't do that one.
Yeah.
We'll just do an episode on the podcast about it.
Yeah,
So next
really.
one, next one.
Only one that I
Leprechauns
like
gangbang in
was
space or
James
something.
Whoa, what? That was the different Leprechaun. That was probably on Pornhub. Did you look up the right one?
Probably.
Yeah, Leprechaun gangbang in space. That does not sound like something Warwick
There have
Davis
been
would be in.
6,000 Leprechaun movies.
Pretty sure it's not 6,000, but
Off me, cat.
we'll go
I only
with it.
saw the first one. Wasn't a fan at all.
Got it. All right. All right, lovelies. I'm going to end the
Yes.
broadcast. You guys have a good night. Hope you guys
All right,
enjoyed
you
this.
too.
Love you. Mwah.
Thank you.
Love